Hello, everybody, and welcome to Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. It's a special episode, and you know why it's a special episode? Because it's the 8th episode.
It's the very 8th episode.
Very 8th episode. Listen, we were away before. I'm sorry to make you wait, but I promise it's going to be great. It's episode number 8.
I see what you did.
Listen, don't hate. Don't perpetrate.
Appreciate.
That's right. Appreciate instead. Hello, everybody.
Appreciate the state of... I don't know.
Oh,
I feel like these puns are fucking bad. Let's move on.
All right, putting the hammer down as usual. Lil Fox, just not handling it. Just
wow.
So we were gonna tell you. I was gonna find another way to do this, but we've created a custom move for Lil Fox. It's called Buzzkill, and when you use it,
it's a whole operation. It's Operation Buzzkill.
Operation Buzzkill. It's a nine episode long situation.
Yeah.
And Andrew trying to regulate.
Yeah, and discriminate.
I feel it. So welcome to our Dungeons and Dragons show, which might also be like kind of an impromptu rap battle where we're all really bad rappers.
Impromptu, terrible rap battle.
I have in my history won a rap battle before.
My name is Adam, and I'm here to say, don't know how to rap. Hey. So, hello everyone. Hello and welcome. This is the 8th episode of Tomb of Annihilation, and we've got all kinds of jungle to trek around in. But since this may be the first time that you are attending one of our ridiculous events, let's do a quick run around and just tell us about your characters, because honestly, that's the only reason anybody cares. Just tell us about. I've restored you to full size. Distracted Elf playing Ishi Snaggletooth. What's your deal, Ishi?
Yes, hello. I am Distracted Elf, and I play Ishi Snaggletooth, the kobold fighter. She uses a rapier and has a cool cape and talks a lot. That's pretty much it.
On the opposite side of the talking a lot spectrum, playing the Furbolg Lil Fox, Andrew, tell us a little bit about your character.
Lil Fox is a barbarian, and she's 8 foot tall, and is currently carrying 190 pounds of gear. And is not encumbered.
She's 8 feet tall?
She's 8 feet tall. She's fucking huge.
So this is Lil Fox's episode.
Nice. Happy.
Yeah, there are as many episodes as there are feet of Lil Fox. Yeah. Good work, everyone.
Excellent. Fantastic. Dave, would you like to discuss your sadness now, or do you want to wait? Should we talk about the sad thing that happened to your character?
Oh. Yeah, I nearly quit the whole show over it.
Listen, sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear eats you, Dave. And today, that bear's name was Jeremy Crawford. So there was a grand debate. There was a grand debate last episode about whether or not one could apply the twinned spell ability to Chaos Bolt. Turns out you cannot.
And Dave cried.
But I believe in you,
should be able to, because it's clever.
There's a smash cut to Dave earlier this week, like weeping.
Yeah, it's been a hard time for Dave, but we're gonna push through. We're gonna get there, okay, buddy? We'll be all right.
Maybe.
We're gonna be
Dave,
okay.
Dave, it's okay. You look really cool in Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Fair, that's true. Dave has the best Animal Crossing outfit of all of us. So, Dave, tell us about your character who is now no longer able to use. Have you abandoned Chaos Bolt completely?
Nah, I left it. I was going to see if I could do something else sneaky, but I think for the time being, even though it's a little bit less powerful, I'm going to keep it just because it's useful in a bunch of circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, the overall character is not just Chaos Bolt. He is, in fact, a human sorcerer. He has draconic ancestry called Malik.
Listen, if you want to play a sentient Chaos Bolt, I mean, we could throw some together. Coming soon to the DM's Guild, Sentient Chaos Bolt. It's a race and a class. It's great. You're going to be fantastic.
Yeah, and to answer it now, I would love to have chromatic orb and I would love to cast that all the time. I'd love to twin spell that. If it's 50 gold every time you cast it, I am not made of money.
I'd
love to also be made of money.
Sorry, that was such a dad thing to say. Like, you kids in your chromatic orbs, gold pieces don't grow on trees, okay? I'm going to turn this expedition around. We're going right back to Port Nyanzaru.
Well, like, off the last mission, if I'd cast that spell once, I would have made a net loss. It was like...
So there's some. Does it say in the description of the spell that it consumes? Because I had this come up in Court of Swords this week. If it says there's an ingredient, you just need to carry it around with you. But if it says in the text that it's consumed in the casting, I know it's confusing, but yeah. So you could theoretically just have the thing around. If it says that, if it says it's consumed in the casting, then yeah, you use it up.
I think you just have to have 50 gold on you.
No, that's not how. It just checks your bank account.
It's like, hey.
I'm sorry, you're not rich enough to cast this spell.
No, that's how it works for clerics of what's her name?
Right. Yeah,
Is
Joaquin.
Tisha?
Clerics of Joaquin.
Joaquin.
I'm sorry, I can't give you cure light wounds today. You are overdrawn.
You're
on
over
this
your
account.
your limit.
Can I spend 50 of my 52 gold and have chromatic orb then? Please?
Yes, you'd like to have retconned that orb. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Sick.
Redcon the orb.
All right, and then the fish with the whip, the Triton with the might. Actually, if you're a climber, that'd be better. You could be the Triton with the Python. Arcturus Vizella. Tell us about your character, Blue Jay.
I mean, you just did, so that's it. Arcturus Vivaxeth, not Vuvuzela. Hello. Is a Triton and Tempest cleric who has a crush on a tiger lady.
That's true. Who ran away?
Tiger and ran away.
Yeah,
that's the main thing she does.
We always love the ones that hurt us most.
One time she choked me out against a tree, and that was the happiest moment of my life.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
So last time,
previously on Monster Hearts.
So we murdered a bunch of sea hags.
You rolled up on those hags.
I murdered a bunch of sea hags. Then we were gonna go to their lair, which is the next thing.
So we were talking about that. So let's discuss. So when we arrive on the scene, we see the river, the mighty river Ocean Star, flowing south into Chult, the jungle teeming with life, most of it venomous. And at its edge, 3 withered corpses lying in their own black blood in the deep mud. What's the scene? Where are you all? Because there's some tiger footprints that run off into the jungle. And then what?
Well, that didn't turn out as badly as it could have. Good thing we're all so very good at this, or I may have made a mistake, but it's fine. We're all fine. They must have come from somewhere, right?
Yes, of course. We might as well use this opportunity now that we've made it for ourselves to take whatever it was that they were guarding or hoarding.
Where did Azaka go?
Good question.
That way.
As like Arcturus was very distracted by the dead people that looked kind of like him. And he like looks up and looks around and is just like, wait a second.
I think it was her. Something ran off that way.
And yeah, Little Fox just like points a thumb at the jungle and then shrugs and then goes back to like looking at the, trail that leads to this sea hag hut.
Yeah, I mean, ostensibly, right? Like that's there is a trail that leads. You use several options, right? I mean, it's a role playing game. You can do whatever you want, but you can continue south along the river and carry on to. I think you're going to.
But point of order.
Yes,
we actually had a track to their lair.
Well,
that is the thing that we.
Well, I didn't.
Right?
No, I said there were tracks leading away, and I implied it could be to their lair. I never said you can look straight ahead and see their little house.
Okay, yeah. That's not what I remember.
I made it very clear there was a trail that they made, but I said it could go to their house.
The sea hags went somewhere, maybe a lair.
Yeah, or came from somewhere. Yeah.
To their friend the Gorgon. Who knows?
Yeah. And then it looks like Azaka fled to the west into the jungle, or you could just forget the whole thing and go south.
Well,
do they have anything on them?
No, they're wearing just like primitive clothing made out of like fronds from the trees, and they have the pig that they were cooking, but no other things. Maybe miscellaneous hag gear, pocket debris.
Well, I would like to go after Azaka as quickly as we can. She probably needs some time. She doesn't seem to be about us meddling in her affairs. And I guess her transformation was something she didn't want to show us.
Of any one of us who ran off into the woods, Little Fox perhaps excluded, because you're fantastic at all of this, Little Fox. Good job. But I think she'll be able to find us the easiest. So if we go looking for her, she's probably going to be able to avoid us. Whereas, if we just make our passage obvious, she'll find us.
This isn't the first time that Azaka's run off, but this is the first time that she's... is that common, the whole becoming an animal thing?
Probably not.
Not particularly, and not that kind of animal anyway. There are druids, I'm sure you've heard of.
Yes.
That was something different. She's an innate shapeshifter of some kind, though I don't know exactly what it was. Kind of like a tiger, I suppose, standing upright.
I just wonder if she intends to come back at all.
If she doesn't, you're not going to be able to catch her. Through the jungle? I mean, if you want, but I don't think I'm getting paid enough to follow you through the jungle.
No, you're absolutely right.
I'd rather go to prison.
I don't. Anyway, I suppose you're correct. If she does not wish to be followed, there are none of us that are quick enough to waylay her. Perhaps it would be best if we waited here, though.
Well, why don't we see if we can find out where these hags came from? Because they gotta have some valuable stuff. We're not the first people to roll down the river and be invited to have some food and then be the food, There's gotta be something.
There might be more of them. We could,
Then I will apply liberally the same strategy I applied the first time, which is crossbow while you're having a conversation.
Yes, that was
lovely. If you do that again, I will, once we get back to town, I will have you put back in the prison.
What?
Am I clear?
I think I saved your life! You really...
No. Azaka saved our lives after you put them in danger.
Okay. Yeah, just give her all the credit. It wasn't Little Fox in front of all the things.
Little Fox is just out there, like, doing the hands up, like, what about Little Fox?
Yeah, and that's why I say that. I was like, I have no stake in this. It's just one of those things where it's like, I know Little Fox is going to say anything, so I'll say it.
I think that we have a fundamental misunderstanding of the value of life here. I would prefer not taking life if it didn't put my life at risk, but it seems that Ishi misunderstands when lives are at risk. With respect, you are hired to protect us, and you felt that we needed protecting. But I think that Malik and myself felt differently on that account. It's probably best if we just don't discuss it.
I have always found that the best way is to preempt the danger with your own danger. He who strikes first often strikes last.
It sounds true, I guess. Yeah.
Little Fox sighs, shakes her head, and follows the trail.
Yeah, I was waiting for some.
All right, so you just walk off.
Yeah, we're She is gonna move and hope that everyone else follows.
Does everyone run after little? Your two
I'm
scouts
totally
have fled
down
in
with this
different directions.
conversation. Yeah.
I mean, I definitely go with Little Fox. Yeah,
Of course. All right, so the group of you, we linger on the scene of hag butchery for a moment, and then fade out and fade back in on the group of you. Can I get you to make a survival check for me, Little Fox?
Why? Of course, Adam.
I will help you with this.
Okay.
I get an 18.
Do you have survival, Malik?
I do, yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, 18 is certainly sufficient to follow this trail. It doesn't look like the hags are trying to cover their tracks. So you head inward into an area where the river kind of floods out into not a proper tributary, but just like makes the ground swampy. So it's kind of like not a flooded forest all the way, but partway there. So there's roots sticking up out of the muddy water. You're trudging through the murk, trying to walk on the remaining parts of the ground that are still dry. But many of, I think all of you get, your boots muddy, and for some of you, they soak through. It's not a pleasant going. And you travel that way, kind of approximately northwest for a couple of hours following this trail. And this is when you come across a hut. It's sitting in the swamp, squat and vaguely sort of rounded on top. Kind of has the shape of a turtle. And it seems to be made out of fronds and of wood. And there is smoke coming up from a fire inside. So there's a hole in the top and smoke drifting up out of it. There are also several wooden poles sticking up out of the water with skulls of various animalia stuck on them. A clear sign that whoever lives here wants visitors to turn the other way.
I really hope there aren't more of them.
There shouldn't be.
It's foreboding. Yep. Uh-huh.
And the little fox just points at the smoke and like quirks an eyebrow.
I hope it's because they said it and haven't had the opportunity to come back and put it out. Typically a coven is 3 creatures.
Maybe we should.
But by all means,
Maybe
Ishi,
you should
do you
go
want to scout it
ahead.
out?
I'm not very quiet.
Right.
He says, like clinking and clanking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I need to go look? Is that what's gonna happen? Okay.
And little fox nods.
That way.
All right, I'll go look.
So what do
If
you...
you hear me scream or yell or squeak or any of those noises, come and save me. Okay.
So up on top of the hut is built on a little mound of dry land. So as you get towards it, you can feel the land sloping up towards where it was built. And it looks like they've made very little effort to clear the debris that the jungle has just sort of shed into this area. So there's leaves of varying states of decay kind of laying about, leading up to the hut. The hut has a wooden door, like wooden planks lashed and nailed together. It is currently shut. And there's these gristly totems kind of leading up towards the hut itself. What are you doing?
Can I sneakily take a look inside the hut? I think that's my plan. I want to like stealth my way up.
Yeah, you want to make a stealth roll,
if there's like a window or anything. Like,
okay,
take a look inside.
Sure. Go ahead and make that roll.
Let me just open up my character sheet here. There we go. Stealth.
Okay, not bad. Got 13. So let me take a quick look at your character sheet. I just need to check some stuff. Okay, all right. Can you make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Sure can.
Now, you're nimble, so this shouldn't be too much trouble. Oh, but you got 6. Okay, so you approach. We see Ishi. What does Ishi in stealth mode look like? Like, are you moving like a lizard, like from one area to the other quickly? Are you like, what is it?
Yeah,
show me Ishi in stealth mode.
It is like from cover to cover, or when there isn't any, like very low to the ground. She's already very small, so like her moving quickly and quietly is not super difficult. you know, it is, yeah, like scurrying almost rather than like sneaking,
Okay.
so to speak.
So the rest of you lingering behind, you watch Ishi move from brush to brush. And as you approach the entrance of the hut, Ishi, you scamper over some of these leaves and realize that the leaves are covering only the thinnest like layer of sticks to hold them up so they look solid, but they collapse underneath you. And you tumble down into a pit and you land on some very sharp sticks. So you're gonna take some damage.
Oldest trick in the book.
Okay. So you take 9 damage and tumble into a hole and land on a bunch of sharpened stakes. Yeah, and so you're lying at the bottom of this 10-foot hole, and you've just been poked. Little Fox, what do you do when you see Ishi disappear into this pit?
I'm gonna hustle up there and try to help her.
Yeah, you're just gonna go running up.
I mean, it would be smart to wait and see if someone comes out to check on the trap. So maybe I do that. Maybe I'm smart. I'm pretty smart, and I'm wise. No, I think I wait. I will approach with stealth, rather than just run and bumble.
I am gonna try and climb out of this pit.
Okay.
I'm not very smart, so maybe I make to yell out like Ishi.
Malik, do you stop?
Do you like?
Yeah,
do you
I
like?
put my hand over his mouth. I was like,
Mm.
Wait.
Mm.
Okay.
What are we waiting for?
Am I gonna
make
have to roll a
an
climb check to get out of
athletics.
here?
Yeah, make an athletics check.
At this point in time, I would like to drink my stolen potion of climbing.
Nice. Okay. All right.
So I quaff said potion.
Okay. So a potion of climbing gives you advantage on this check.
And then I climb my way out with an.
So how does
athletics.
let's get some flavor. How does the potion of climbing affect you? Does it make you get like a gecko, like super sticky? Do you get little tiny
I
hooks that go out of your
what
fingers?
I was gonna say what it is just like she gets like mucusy, you know,
Ooh, sticky.
And,
Oh no, sticky kobold. Blap, blap, blap. Cool.
Yeah,
So your hands,
it's
your hands and feet exude a sticky glue that you can then use to climb up the side of
So
this.
you
pit.
said athletics, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Hey.
Nice. Okay. So you climb up, poke your head over the edge, and you see Little Fox starting to approach. Little Fox, can you make a stealth check?
Why, yes, I can.
Okay.
I'm not very.
So
sneaky.
Ishi, even with your relatively low passive perception, you see Little Fox trying to be sneaky.
Yeah, she's like moving along, but there's nothing big enough to like conceal her. So she's kind of like looking around and moving slowly.
I'll just pick myself up and roll onto the ground again, and then try and step around the pit and continue what I was doing.
Yeah, you're only a
'Cause
couple
it's
of feet from the door. So
Yeah.
it was like, this is the welcome mat, basically.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Which is why I'm gonna try and check the door.
Sure. The door does not appear to be locked.
Oh, you just push it open.
Okay. It creaks open. And inside, you smell immediately the like fragrant smoke of whatever is being cooked in there's a big pot, a big iron pot sitting on the fire, and it's just being simmered, right?
It's just bubbling,
yeah, just bubbling.
fire.
And it's covered. It's got a metal lid on it, and that's hanging. And it's like a cauldron. You could fit in it, no problem. No one else could, but they could jam you in there, no problem. There's a big wooden table. The table is deeply scored with knife marks and stained a deep brown on top, like a reddish brown. There is a big pile of clothing or rags or something off in one corner. Most of them it's a big damp pile. And then there's a big wicker basket with a lid on it. And then off to one side, there is a pile of dried and shredded leaves, and then a ratty blanket and a couple of pillows that look like they've seen better days.
Okay. Nobody alive in here though, right? I'm not seeing any living creatures moving around or anything.
Nope. Not at a glance.
Okie dokie. So I'll go inside then.
Okay.
And take a look around the like table and the pile of rags and the just take a look at what might be cooking in this cauldron.
Okay.
So on.
All right. So, Little Fox, do you follow Ishii into the hut?
I think I'm just keeping an eye on things.
Okay. Malik and Arcturus, you're 50 or 60 feet away watching from outside. What are you doing?
Probably, just like keeping an eye from there, looking back towards where we came in case anything's deciding to follow us, and just like prestidigitating like gross hagness off of myself or whatever.
Shouldn't prestidigitate, you're gonna go blind. Okay, yeah. So just doing magic tricks, keeping an eye on things. Okay, sounds good. Arcturus, can you make a perception check for me?
Yeah. Perception. Not very perceptive.
Everything's A-okay.
My passive perception is better than that.
You're just distracted, I guess.
guess so.
Meanwhile, inside, Ishii, yeah, it seems like it's just one room. It's one big room. So, what are you gonna do? I think you're muted. Elf.
Oh, well,
Okay.
well, they have to be keeping the cast-offs somewhere.
Digging around in a rag pile, looking for anything that could be valuable.
Okay, yeah, the pile of rags appears to be miscellaneous clothes, like people's like full outfits.
And that's what I thought, right? Like
Yeah.
when you said it,
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah, it looks like just like a pile. It's like
but
digging,
it's
digging
just
through the back
clothes,
end
like
of a
there's-
value village. If you
There's
threw blood around,
nothing else there.
not in the pile,
Um,
no.
Are there any other like entrances to this place? Like
I mean, I guess you could get in through the hole in the ceiling, but no doors.
Okay, but
no
like
doors
it's
or
just the one
windows.
door. I want
No,
to make
it's-
sure there wasn't like a back.
It's dark.
like-
It's dark in here, or would be if you didn't have night vision. It's dark in here, aside from the dull embers of the fire, giving the whole place like an ominous kind of orange-red glow.
Are there like cupboards or
Nope.
or like
Just that big basket.
I'm gonna check that out then.
Okay. You can't really reach the top of it. It's taller than you, and you need to pull the top off.
Okay, so I'll just like with my remaining gecko power, just climb up on top of it.
Right. Climb on the wall and then.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, you pull the thing out, and yeah, it's like a miscellaneous kind of hamper of goods. There are some nicer, like the not bloodstained, not torn clothes, kind of thrown into the pile, and then also you see at the bottom, kind of all the heavier materials have settled, and you can see the glittering of coins. You can see some jewelry. Basically just stuff stripped off of people.
I like try and push the basket over so that I can like access it.
Yeah,
more
it tips
easily.
over and some of the coins spill out on the floor. Little Fox, you hear that. You hear the sound of coins, of metal.
Yeah, and Little Fox like sighs and keeps like looking around and is like nervous because now she's worried about something else showing up.
I'm gonna emerge from the front door before I start rifling through these goods and like give the thumbs up, like all clear.
And yeah, Little Fox like makes eye contact and is just like, come on, like.
You want me to? You want me to get this?
And yeah, she's just like does the hurry up hand
Oh,
and keeps
Yeah,
a lookout for you.
I would
So-
like to be
So
like
Ishii thought you were gonna come, but you're telling her to get the stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So she goes back to the pile of gold and whatever, like coins and what
Mhm.
have you, and I'm just like look through that stuff.
Okay. It'll take you.
Pick up valuable.
It'll
things.
take you a short rest to count all the coins, but you can pick up the other stuff.
I mean, I'm gonna scoop it all. right?
Arcturus.
That's the idea.
There's more coins than you can carry.
Oh, okay.
Arcturus, you sound like you were going to do something.
Yeah, I was gonna say that like after the like all clear or whatever was given by Ishii, like I want to be like going around the like campsite or whatever and kind of looking at it in terms of like, oh, this is a interesting jungle like cultural setup? Like, what can we read of like who these people were based on like how they laid out their like
Sure.
home
Making a
area?
cultural assessment.
Yeah, that's basically like once it's like there's no more creepy creatures that are gonna attack you here that Ishi knows of. It'll be like, well then let me check. Like they set up a bunch of traps. Like that's so interesting, very defensive. Like
Yeah. Everything about it just says stay away.
Yeah,
Like, just
got it.
get the hell away. That's it. It's meant to look scary. It's not camouflage. It's frightened. It's like, hey, we're here. Go away, or your head will end up on a stake. So Ishi, inside the items of value, you find a ring, a silver ring with a green stone in it.
Ooh, yay.
You find a talisman that appears to be crafted silver feathers on a long chain. There is a brand new. Well, it was brand new. It's sitting out in the jungle like this for a while. It's hasn't been taken perfect care of, but there's a brand new leather-bound book.
Okay, talisman of silver feathers, silver ring.
The book is blank. You open the flip through. There's nothing. It looks like it's
leather-bound book.
Yep. You find a scarf or ribbon of some kind, like a thick of cloth of silver. And you hold it and move it, and it sparkles in the light. A considerable number of copper and silver coins with a little bit of gold mixed in. And then 2 glass vials. One is a spherical ball with a little hole and a cork waxed over on top. And that one has a kind of like, not even a fluid in it, but like it looks like it has mist. You hold it up to the light and turn it, and the mist is kind of just floating around inside of it. There's a vapor in there. And then the other is an amber-colored potion that seems to glow slightly of its own volition.
Okay, I have it all noted down. Perfect. So I scoop up as much of that stuff as I can. And
you can take all the miscellaneous objects.
Well, which is what I'm doing. And then shove them in my bag and hop back out over the pit. When I say hop, I just mean like the corner of the pit, like across the safe way that a witch would get in, or a hag would get in. Sorry. And like beeline back over to Little Fox.
Okay. Yeah, Little Fox is waiting by the door.
Yeah, I'm like nearby.
Oh, okay.
I found a whole bunch of stuff.
And like open my bag and sort of show the stuff that I found, close it again, and then go.
But there's also like a bunch of coins in there, and I can't exactly scoop them up by the armful.
Sighs and kind of rolls her eyes a bit and walks in and is like, okay, I gotta carry fucking 100 pounds of money again. Yeah, how much weight is there in coins, Adam? We're not gonna have.
Are you gonna take the time to count it all?
Do we have to count it to carry it?
No, you could just scoop it into your bag, I guess, if you want. There's like a lot.
Yeah. My thinking is I will just scoop as much money as I can carry in here.
So I start with the gold.
And yeah, like,
I mean, the thing is, it's a massive pile of mixed change. So even picking out the gold isn't gonna.
No, she's just scooping.
Okay.
She's just pulling money.
How much does a coin weigh?
Let me check.
Yeah,
I feel like it depends on which one it is, because why wouldn't it?
So, 1 gold coin weighs 0.02.
Okay.
On my character sheet when I increment my gold by 1.
Okay. So 0.02. I'm just gonna assume all coins are that much. So
they should all be roughly the same size. Although gold would be the heaviest material.
Yeah, but it's not a big deal.
They are
that's worth.
Yes.
Okay. How many pounds do you have available? How much can you carry still?
I'm at 190. It doesn't show me my upper limit, but let me just try. What happens if I add 100 coins? It's only 2 pounds. So let's add 10,000 coins. At 390, it's still not listing me as being overweight. So either the algorithm is wrong, or I can carry a lot.
You're a fucking beast.
Well, and you have the bonus multiplier, right? So it does make sense that you can carry a hell of a lot.
It's pretty huge.
Yeah.
I think I put it into the character sheet correctly, but
Okay. So there's 76 pounds of coins.
great. I will just put miscellaneous coins as a.
I've got it written down how many there are for when you do want to count them, but like Jesus, yeah, you're just like
73
just scraping coins into your bag, and then like throw your bag back over your shoulder, and now you're
there's a great like jangling of coin as she shoulders it.
Yeah, you can already feel the straps of your bag like digging into your shoulders.
Yeah, and she just kind of like adjusts some things, and then like goes through, has to like duck to get back out the door.
Yeah,
and like straightens up.
Okay.
And shrugs and starts walking back.
All right.
So you got it then? Okay. Yeah, let's go.
And I feel like Arcturus has like, moved around like to survey this, and you say like, yeah, let's go. And I'm like, to where exactly?
Anywhere that is not in the middle of the place that screams, I will kill you.
And Little Fox just says boat as she walks by.
Or that. Also good choice, certainly.
Let's head back to the boat.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable leaving Azaka in the forest.
I mean, neither am I, but also,
like this is as we're walking back towards the boat.
how am I supposed to find her?
Perhaps she just needed to cool down, and she'll return once she's.
If you want to wait by the boat, we can wait by the boat.
Just at least for a.
Yeah, I mean, you can rest the rest of the day. You're gonna need to. It's getting dark.
Yeah. I think that I feel like if she's still going to be our guide, she will return before.
Oh, I stand corrected. I went back to check. This encounter was on the first roll of the 3 for the day, so it's actually still morning.
Okay.
You could carry on today. You can use the rest of the day. Yep.
And so Little Fox like lets y'all argue for a little bit, and then like speaks, which is weird, and just says, "Azaka is gone, but knows where we're going. We stay on the river. She finds us. Better luck that than finding a tiger in the jungle."
As much as I dislike the idea of leaving her behind, I think you're probably right. Very unlikely to be able to track her down.
Ishi
I'm
just
happy with that plan.
nodding along with all of this, like, yeah, let's do that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the idea is to carry on.
I suppose.
Okay.
I don't have much of a choice.
All right.
But I'm against the boat. Don't like the boat.
All right.
Not about the boat.
So you
Boat's
travel.
fa-
You
boat's
travel.
faster.
You travel south. You get in the boat. The boat tips wildly when you drop the coins into it, and then you head south. So you travel downriver the rest of the day, or upriver. Travel upriver the rest of the day, paddling towards the inevitable goal of the deep jungle, and the rest of the day goes by uneventfully. Night falls. The night animals come out, and you all pull the canoe over, get out, and rest.
Have a good old sleep.
Yeah. So Arcturus, are you conjuring water and or fishing?
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead.
Yep.
Make that survival check for Arcturus.
Let's see if I can fish. Fishing?
You can fish enough for
Fish.
yourself.
I fish enough for myself and then sit by the fire and like look into the forest as though I'm gonna see like some glowing tiger eyes or something.
So you're just kind of sullen and quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Everybody else mark off rations. Don't worry about water because Ishishia
Do we get an
provides.
opportunity to count the coins just so we can?
Yeah. Do you want to
that?
figure out your treasure? Because you can count the coins and figure out the potions and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna show
Yes.
them to Malik.
I'll take. Yeah, maybe I'll let you do the coins and I'll do the potions.
Okay. So quietly sitting, the sounds of the jungle accompanied by the clinking of coins, you find yourselves in the possession of the vast fortune of 2,700 pieces of copper. In addition to your 2,700 copper, you get 1,000 pieces of silver.
I'm writing this all on my character sheet, by the way, because I'm carrying it.
Okay, that's fine. I won't bother writing it down then.
You get 100 gold. The platinum cloth ribbon, the feathered talisman, the glass ring, and the book are all 25 gold apiece.
Cool.
Can I check out the feathered thing?
Yeah. It's like just a carved like silver necklace in the shape of a cluster of parrot feathers. So those are all worth 25 apiece. The potions are a potion of gaseous form and a potion of invulnerability.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'll post those. I'll post those all in chat. There you go. And that way, if we need to roll back to them, we can find them.
I think that you are sorting through the stuff and you pull out the feathered talisman or whatever, and you're like looking at everything, and Arcturus would look over and be like, do you mind if I, and like points to the feathered talisman, would you guys be like, yeah, sure, take it, whatever, we don't care? Or would you be like, we need to sell this?
Sure.
So far, our priorities have been things being interesting first and things being sold. So yeah.
So I've deleted that from my character sheet, Blue Jay. So write it on yours.
And Arcturus like looks at it, and then from underneath his mail pulls out one that looks similar, but with feathers from like a brown and gray bird. And like looks at both of them together, and then puts the colored one, and then like stuffs it back under his mail. And that would be my what's it called? A trinket of special significance. That's what the other one is.
Cool. Okay.
So I've got both the potions in I just replaced the descriptions. My inventory there.
So the potion of invulnerability gives you resistance while it has its effect. And the potion of gaseous form, as you might imagine, gives you the effects of the gaseous form spell for 1 hour with no concentration required.
Cool.
Yeah. So you have those both, Ishi. Okay. Cool. All right.
Yep.
You rest. Night falls, and you take turns sleeping. And the next morning, you head out down the river. So let me see. You don't have your guide now, but Malik has survival, right?
Is Azaka still not returned?
Azaka has not returned. I'll tell you.
I thought our leader was our dear Furbolg.
No, but that's what I'm saying is that
it's like to gain advantage.
To gain advantage,
okay.
someone else has to have it. Yeah.
Advantage and guidance. No reason not to.
Okay, so Arcturus, do you provide the blessing of Istishio when you leave?
Yes. Okay. Even though I'm still very distracted, looking around the forest and waiting for our like guide to return.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe someone has to remind you, like, hey, aren't you gonna?
Yeah, and like maybe you have to remind me to make water for the day too. Like you like shake empty.
Just so upset.
You like shake, just distracted and like wait, but Azaka, you like shake empty water bags or whatever.
Arcturus. Arcturus.
Yes.
I understand you're concerned. I'm going to need you to pay attention. The jungle is a dangerous place, and we can't afford to go down from 5 to 3.5 people without leaving.
Right. I will keep an eye out. Sure. Yes. And then like you just like I feel like ordinarily when Arcturus creates water, it's like with a lot of concentration, making sure that it like fills up the appropriate like bags and bobs and stuff, and is like slowly like trickles in, so it's not all of a sudden just like bleh, water. But like today, like it's just like, and then just like bleh, water, and your bags are a little wet, and like maybe some get overfilled and some aren't filled enough, and yeah. But sorry.
Do you have inspiration, Arcturus?
I think so, probably. Yep.
Okay. Well,
I should use it.
Yeah, use it. Okay. All right. So it's survival plus someone roll a d4 for blessing. or for guidance?
Whoever was making the survival roll usually did that. Or
Yeah,
like
it's Little Fox.
Yeah, it's a little
Just
fun.
roll a d4 for me. Okay.
Letitia is still paying.
You don't need to make the survival roll. I make that for you.
Oh, right. Okay, so +3. My bad.
That's cool. I got it. All right. All right. So you set out with the intention to travel down that way. And let's see how your day goes. Okay, so you get to you set out along the river, heading south, and the morning goes by with no ill effects. You continue, so you get like partway along your journey, but that afternoon you run afoul of an encounter.
Dun
So
dun
Let
dun.
me see.
Encounters.
Let me see what it might be.
Is it grungs? I hope it's grungs.
So you're in your boat and you're traveling down the river and you're moving through the trees, and the sun is high in the air above you. There's maybe some broken patches, so you can actually see the light on the light on the river, and it's quite nice and like calm out. And the calm of the trip is broken by a sudden shriek from the trees, and then the like sound of blowguns on either side of you. And all of you get assaulted by blowguns. Let me find.
It's definitely grungs, guys.
Let me find the hit here.
When it comes to blowguns, it's gotta be grungs.
Blowgrungs. All right, let's take a look at my stats here to see if they hit you. Okay. So these guys. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong sheet. There we go. Creatures and monsters.
We're just climbing this XP ladder, one grung at a time.
Ah!
All right, here they are. Okay. So I'm gonna use the stats for ranged for daggers, but it's the same. It's the same stuff. So who is the least armored target at a glance?
Probably Little Fox, actually.
Yeah, not Arcturus.
I don't have any armor on.
Little Fox, yeah, okay. All right. So Little Fox
I also don't have any armor.
all right, so we'll do two on each of you.
Adam,
Yes.
would you say that this is danger?
No, you're not making dex.
Yes, it is danger. It is danger.
Okay.
But you cannot sense it. So yeah, let me just. I'm gonna make.
checking.
I'll make
Checking.
two attacks. I need to roll to see which one. There's 5 total, so we'll do 2 attacks on each of you, and then the bigger one is gonna attack one of them. So 2 for Little Fox, and I know it says dagger, but it's not a dagger. What's your armor class, Little Fox?
My AC is 14.
Okay, so the very first thing is this like feathered dart hits the boat in front of you.
Yeah, she
And
like moves out of the way at the last second or something.
second one does hit you. They have advantage on these because it's an ambush. So you do get hit. You get hit for 8. The other one stabs into your arm, and then searing pain. Malik, 2 for you.
Yep.
Oh my god, 2 1s on that first shot. Nice. And what's your armor class, Malik?
15.
15. Okay. All right. So just they all fire at you. Only one of them hits, and then the boss of your assailants, the boss grung.
So I take 3 and 5 for 20.
Freaking
This grung has a bow that he's going to use. So he fires a proper arrow. And let me roll to see which of the 2 of you it targets. Flip a coin. One, it's Little Fox. 2, it's Malik. Okay, Little Fox, short bow for you. And that's a miss.
The only thing better than a kobold fighter would be a grung fighter. Is all I'm saying.
So you're in the river. You're on your boat. there are grungs in the trees firing darts at you, and they're in the bushes. So you just see the bushes like rustling and moving around. And we'll roll initiative and see what happens with these grungs when we get back from our very first break. I guess it's not our first break; it's our eight times fourth break. We'll be back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. Frog times when we return. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Going into part 2. Today's episode, Roll20 presents The Tomb of Annihilation. It's a grung party. It's a grung party for everybody. There are a group of these tiny frog warriors remaining more or less unseen in the jungle brush around you, firing their stuff at you.
Everybody was grung fu
Get out.
fighting.
Ishi falls off the boat and dies.
Firing their long paws stuff. It's a great sentence, Adam. Thank you for that.
So you're under grung attack by these foes, these invisible foes. Let me remove the turns from the turn order, and we will find out what the deal is grung wise. So let's have you.
Can I have advantage because I took grung wise in character creation?
No, you cannot. You cannot
Grung
fork-
wise?
You can't fork a grung wise.
Oh.
Okay, go ahead and roll initiative, and we'll determine the order in which these things
Where's my ship?
occur. We're not going to do like a full like map because you're just in the middle of the
Okay.
thing. So you should just be able to roll it. Yeah, just like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Arcturus and
I was prepared.
Malik.
I expected
We are
it.
all very
Little
prepared.
Fox.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah, me
Ishi.
too.
And then I guess I can roll because I've got them on the map here.
Gringle, gringle, grungle. I don't want to leave the jungle. Oh no.
All right. Well, the grung elite warrior not proving his quality here, and this regular type of a grung. That's a grungling, Lester. That's a smaller type of grung.
It's a smaller tap. It's
All
a
right.
grungling list.
So Arcturus, you got 17. Malik got 22. Little Fox got an 18. And yeah, the grungs are slow. They pop off the ambush, and then yep. All right, so you're in the middle. I would say there's like 15 feet or so of water on either side of you. The whole thing's like 30 feet across. You can't tell how deep it is because it's kind of murky. The water's not clear. And as it stands, you can't pick out the grung from like the jungle. They're hard to see. Malik, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, sorry. Did you say like roughly how far we are from the bank or like the shrubs?
15 feet in either direction.
15 feet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Malik, just prepare. If they come at us, I will take care of this.
Okay, I can do that.
Yes.
I can do that. And I touch myself.
You're prestidigitating again?
To cast a spell. I should have finished the whole sentence, but like I knew it was going to come out like that, and then it was too late. And
Cheers. Okay.
thanks.
So what spell are you casting?
I am casting this one.
Shocking Grasp. Ooh, and you're casting it on you? What All right.
Dragon breath.
Yep.
Take a deep breath. Fill your lungs with magical energy. So what are you choosing?
Oh yeah, I get to choose. It's fire. I'm
Okay.
a bronze dragon, so
Nice.
Freaking.
And it's
Fireboy.
only a bonus action, so you can use your action to barf fire in the general direction.
yeah, I mean I might as well.
Based on where the shots came from, you figure you could probably hit 2. I'm gonna give them advantage on the save because they've got all the shrubbery, but you can make 2 attack on
Just
it.
light the whole forest on
It's very damp in here. I mean, dragon fire is pretty cool, but
It hasn't auto-populated an attack. Let me just roll 3d6.
okay. And what does it look like when you? So everyone else sees Malik moving his hands, casting the spell. What does it look like?
Shit.
Wow.
Very underwhelming. No, it's because they're far away. They don't take the full damage. It's at the end of the cone. So you see from underneath his robes, you see his lungs like light up, and you see like the light travel up out of his mouth, and then it starts off as just like a spray of sand, but it does the same thing that his normal attacks do, where it like floats out to the distance. Then all at once, he like clicks his fingers and
Boom! Oh, that's cool. Yeah, yeah. I think you see some fish like float up to the surface,
Hey, what? How did you do?
and you just bang! This like burst of flame. I'm gonna roll saves for these two, the grungs that are on that side. So let's see. It's like a fucking grung. It's an airstrike on the grungs. What's the? I was about to say, what's the ob? What's the difficulty?
14.
Okay. All right. So they both get it. They take 3 damage apiece.
Yeah, it's probably more scary than it is harmful.
Totally. Yeah. You hear the fearful croaking of the grungs as you burn up the edges of, and some of the leaves. The leaves all peel away and blacken, and you can see these two grungs hiding, and they scamper around in the bush. Ishi, what are you gonna do?
I am going to prepare my couch my crossbow, and if any grung reveals themselves from the bushes,
Nice.
I will strike at them with great precision and crossbowiness.
Okay, so just to be clear, like they're visible as movement. They have like basically the best kind of cover they can get without being invisible.
What I
So you
want
can
is for
actually
them
see
to have
them.
less cover than that.
Right.
basically.
Okay. So you're assuming that they can.
If a grung comes to the river and tries to like swim to the boat,
okay,
I'm gonna
sure.
shoot it.
Right. Okay. Excellent. So you're holding your action. If you see a grung, shoot a grung. Lil
I
Fox,
have a
what are you
relevant
gonna do?
question. Is it daytime?
It is. It is the middle of the day. Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
Ichi will have disadvantage.
Correct. Yeah. Middle of the day, and you're out on the river.
Well, what kind of roll do I got to make this boat go fast?
What are you trying to do? You want to like drive it to the
Just paddle this boat the fuck out of here.
just out of the ambush? I
Yeah.
don't know. Let me look up canoe. What's the combat speed of a very highly laden canoe?
Now, the one thing working in my favor is that rowing a boat is very similar to pushing a large amount of weight, I would argue.
Sure.
I'm just pushing the water behind me and the boat goes forward.
You don't have to argue the physics of boat.
And so, as a furbolg, I feel like I'm lobbying for advantage on this roll. And that perhaps I'm making like an athletics check or something to make it go real fast using my strongness, Adam, you know?
A maximum speed of 2 miles an hour. Time to do some math.
Oh, I love doing that.
How long? Okay, how long is a round?
6 seconds.
6 seconds.
Okay, so 2 miles in an hour divided by 60, and that's a 0.03 to the infinitum in the per minute, and then divide that by what, 6? Because there's 6 seconds in a. No,
I have
multiply
no
that by 6. No.
Okay,
How
2
do we do
miles
this
an
one?
hour.
Yes.
2 miles an hour is about 3 feet per second, which times
So its
6,
movement rate is about 20.
18. Its movement rate is 20. That's atrociously bad.
I mean, it's a canoe. It's not like you're not on the fucking Harvard rowing
I'm
team.
on a speedboat or something. But still, that's slow.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, question the first: can I double move this thing?
Yeah. If that's what if you want to take your action, you can. I say you could probably increase its speed to 30 if all you're doing is just like ripping on the canoe.
Yeah, and I can move and then move, so I can move the canoe 60 feet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And your intent here is just to get away from the ambush.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the classic thing of like they're ambushing you. You got to go into the ambush because
Mm-hmm.
they're not ready for that. They want you to get all confused and shit. No, you go straight at them.
Okay. All right. And yeah, you're going
this doesn't
upstream,
work.
so you're just giving her, and the canoe is like tipped back slightly as you like either side. You got a barbarian's better than an outboard motor. Okay.
Yeah, especially when she's enormous and very strong. So
Arcturus?
that's what she is going to do.
I am going to look downriver and cast fog cloud.
Behind you.
And I'm casting it so that we're going to be moving through it, so that they can't fire ranged weapons and hit.
Like on top of us and ahead, so that as we move
Yep.
forward.
Okay.
Yes.
And what's the range of
I can cast it up to 120 feet in front of us, and it's a 20-foot radius, which means it'll be 40 feet.
foot.
Yeah, so it goes from bank to bank, no problem.
Yeah, and I'm going to do it at second level because you're going so quickly, so that it will cover us for at least a round.
Okay, cool. All right. So for the next round, you'll be obscured by the cloud. All right. So the
Frog cloud.
This is an 80-foot diameter
Yes.
fog cloud, essentially,
Yeah.
or no?
40.
Yeah, because it's the radius increases by 20 feet.
So it's an
So it
80-foot
just
diameter
spills out.
fog cloud that just, I feel like it's like taking the water that's in the air and making it behave differently.
Mhm.
So it's like all of a sudden, no like movement from Arcturus and out anywhere. It's just like all of a sudden, all the air within like an 80-foot diameter circle is just foggy, like heavy, like immediately. And
dig it.
so I'm just like, I hope you remember which direction the river was going.
So you head out into the cloud, and it gets suddenly dark, and there's all these like ominous hanging shadows of the trees.
Much better.
We see a grung sitting on his porch with his little straw hat playing his banjo. Playing ding 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 ding.
That's
So-
real cute. I know you're just kidding, but that's real cute.
So you pitch out into the jungle, and I think the combination of the spell and the fire breathing and all that, I think the grungs just abandon their ambush. There is easier prey.
Yeah.
They're not going to attack the Vapinache today, and they back off. So yeah, kudos on defeating the grungs.
Yes.
Yeah, they leave you alone. You escape, and they scramble into the jungle, looking for easier prey.
By the powers combined, fog cloud and dragon breath.
Fog cloud and dragon breath. Let's see. So you get.
I'm just imagining like fire, and then just like we can't see anything, and
Yeah.
the grungs being like,
It's a big damn deal. Okay.
Yeah, and like as we go, I'm just like behind us. I'm just like, just because I can, in case any of them fall.
until
for
the
it.
spell is over, you're just like having.
God, that'd be intense. It'd be this heavy fog, and then suddenly bursts of bright light, right? Like it's very eerie, and then boom, these like coming off the boat, just fire in various directions. They stay way the hell away. Everybody gets 80 experience, and you continue upriver. I need to make a quick check of everybody's character sheets for some stuff, and then I'll tell you what happens.
How much XP do you guys have?
1970.
It's a good year.
Yeah, you should be on 1995.
I am.
Less
indeed.
good year.
I mean, I was alive in 1995, so I can confirm that stuff happened.
If
There's a lot of denim. It was horrible.
I say, if you manage to get your XP to be the exact year you were born, you get advantage on one roll.
Too late for me.
Yep. Too late for you.
I saw the
I can still make it.
Okay.
Yeah. What mobs give 22 XP?
Let me
Yeah.
find character sheets. That's
Not
what I was
all of
looking
us can make it though. We have to go out into the jungle and find one creature each.
for. Okay. And Malik. Okay. Cool. Sounds good. So you continue into the jungle, having escaped the ambush, and you get to move your second hex. And night falls. So if we could do the night things.
Yep. I'm gonna go fishing.
Night things.
Fishing. I do advantage. It doesn't fucking matter, but at least now I don't have that
Okay,
inspiration.
so no one has to
Mark
use
it.
rations. You get river fish tonight.
We didn't do the con save last time.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you're like swimming around in the river.
Should have advantaged on that one.
Well, he got throat leeches now.
Nice.
It's okay. It'll be fine
That's
in the
nice.
morning.
Good for
Yeah,
you.
so you get sick again. Good work.
Yeah.
When are you gonna learn? Stay out of the damn river.
I like it. I like it there. Better
Yeah.
than the stupid boat. I hate
I
the
hate
boat.
the land. I welcome these leeches. All right, let me find the diseases.
Yeah,
It's
so
so
You dummy.
bad. The leeches
So-
are so bad.
well yeah, but
All right, DC 12 con save, please.
okay.
I'll just keep this diseases tab open for you for next time. All right, your body has learned to reject the leeches. You're okay.
You just like sick up more leeches in the morning.
That's gross.
Do you still get like the level of exhaustion?
No, you just avoid the disease altogether. This wasn't the healing. This was the not getting it.
Oh, because like I'm just like I've been in the
Oh,
water.
sorry.
so
Your
many
your first con save was that you get sick, and then yes, overnight you heal it. And let's see, it's at the end of the long rest you make it, so you don't have the exhaustion.
Okay.
So you're exhausted, but only overnight.
Yeah.
I
you
just
get it
have
back
a
as
really bad sleep.
Yeah, because your throat's all scratchy because of the micro leeches in it. It's not good. It's not good stuff.
Yeah,
all right.
and I think Little Fox like sees you retching in the morning because she's always up early to like break camp and stuff, and just kind of like shakes her head and does like a little like behind your back. You like you can't see it, but she just does kind of one of these like.
Yep. You know
And
better.
then continues to cook breakfast for people or some shit.
Which is the fish that I caught for you, damn it.
Mm-hmm. I think you took one for the team.
Was it worth the leeches? I don't know.
Yes, every time.
Okay.
Is she feeding tiny pieces of fish to her pet mouse?
Which is still alive somehow.
Yeah.
By some miracle.
Can you
Nubub is a good mouse, okay?
Can you roll your d4 for the blessing, please? Okay.
Yeah, I got 2. Too much for you, Adam. You can't handle this D4.
It's a pretty impressive d4. All right. So Malik, that morning when you set out, I will let you decide if you share this with anybody, but there are some footprints in the mud at the edge of the camp. Maybe you're coming back from relieving yourself and you notice they are footprints. They're more accurately they're paw prints. Four like front toes and then a back like paw pad. And you see a few of them at the edge of the where the vegetation gives way to the riverbank.
So somebody has come to check on us, perhaps in the night, and has left again, or is this ahead of us?
I mean, it's just at the vicinity. It's near your camp. That's a thing that you know.
Oh, I already said that we would do this plan, but I don't actually want to because I like Hadaka. I will. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. Near one of the trees where the paw prints are, instead of like following them and going after them, I will press to digitate the little mark that I used for luck that Azaka knows, like onto the tree, and just like leave it there.
Okay.
And then carry on. So like, it's like if you come back, she should know that I've seen that she's following us or whatever.
Okay. That sounds
But
good.
you don't tell anybody?
No, because I don't want to upset you, I don't think.
Okay.
Out of character, I'm already upset.
Okay. So you continue in your journey. So it's, let me roll a die here. Let's see how the weather is. Okay, so it's overcast today. There is rain and mist as you get deeper into the jungle. At this point now, the river that you're in is getting stronger. So, Little Fox, even you at the end of the day, your shoulders and your back are sore from all the paddling. And you continue upriver, and all the way through the day, your journey goes, relatively uneventfully. But as it gets to be dark, I think everybody has a passive perception of 10 except for Arcturus, I think.
I have 13.
Yeah,
You two have 13. Okay,
tied.
so the two of you notice, whoever's in the front, you notice that the river is blocked. That someone has erected a fishing net or something across the whole thing. So big long rope, net hanging down, and you won't be able to go any further.
This is not a very sustainable way to fish.
And so Little Fox will pull.
There don't appear to be any fish
to the
caught in this
bank.
net.
On the side. Is the net dense enough to actually catch fish?
No.
Yeah, it's not for catching fish.
Ah.
For catching other stuff. So yeah, Little Fox
So, yeah.
pulls the canoe over to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we just saw like the top of it, and then we
Yeah.
examine it and are like,
At about 60 feet distance, if I may.
Okay.
My good dungeon master.
Okay. So you pull up about 60 feet prior.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And Little Fox is suspicious of this net and who might be around, and I would like to examine, like to be looking, watching around, actively seeking hidden, ambushing frog people or some crap.
Okay.
I bet it was the flaming fist.
So yeah, if you're on guard duty, right? You're gonna look around, not examine the net or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm more worried about people messing with us than I am about like, what is the nature of this net? Yes, I will examine it. No, that's not me. I'm just like watching around for ambushes and traps and whatnot.
Okay. So you can make a perception check.
I will spend inspiration on this perception check.
Okay.
So there.
Oh, nice.
And I get a 23 as a result.
Woo!
Okay. So you hear faintly, maybe 100 feet away through the trees, faint cracking of branches, and then like a series of low kind of animal sounds, but it's very quiet. It's about 100 feet to the west from where you are. So while Little Fox is scoping that out, what's everybody else doing? Like carrying the canoe around the net, or checking the net out, or?
I'm trying to get less nauseous.
So you're one hand up on a tree, retching into the grass.
Yes.
I am spending most of the time probably being relatively distracting to Little Fox. The whole thing is like, is she standing near Little Fox while they're looking around into the woods and stuff and being like,
So what do you think put this here? It could be anything, right? It could be those grong from earlier, or it could be like some bandits, or
And
maybe
as-
there's more hags.
and
As
like
soon as
just
she starts
talking
hearing
at
the like
Little
tiger
Fox.
sounds, there's just the big hand on her like snout that just stops it moving. And she like gives you this look, right? They're just like,
Malik, what are you doing
now.
while this is happening? While they're talking?
If we're getting close enough to examine the net, I'd like to see kind of
Okay, so you can be
what
making
it's of.
make an investigation. Make an investigation check to examine the net.
Okie dokie.
Oh boy.
No, something is very distracting to me. I
Yeah.
know what it is.
Totally. I think you just hear the yapping from Ishii and you can't concentrate at all. It's getting dark and
Don't want to
Yeah,
get
I've
too
not lit a
close.
lantern because it's been like Little Fox has been like listening, doing the listening face, so I don't want to like give away our position, so I'm just kind of looking. I'm like, I actually can't see anything. It's dark.
so Little Fox is just going to turn to Ishii and just say, quiet, stay here. And then I'm going to walk off into the woods 100 feet to the west.
you're gonna start heading out into the woods. Okay.
I'm gonna walk that way.
Where are you going?
And
I-
when I'm close, Adam, to where I heard the sound come from, I will use Hidden Step to become invisible. It's a brief invisibility, but it's enough for me to like run up to where I think the thing is and see if I can.
How long does it last?
It's like an action long, so I can do
Oh,
like,
yeah, so like six seconds.
do it and then like 30-foot move.
Okay. Let's get most of the way there and then
over.
okay. So
Yeah, so I'll have to do it like partway.
as you're getting closer, you notice that there are some trees that are sort of like tipped over slightly, with their bark like abraded off in places. You notice that most of the trees are missing branches or foliage has been like torn off or broken off of them. Yeah, not in any discernible, like you're not walking up a path or anything, but you just notice that as you get closer.
I am feeling like maybe it's giants now, or something like that. But anyways, yeah. So she's gonna do her whole thing of going invisible, hustling the last little bit of the way while she is invisible.
Okay.
And then try to like spot whatever it was that she heard.
So you're coming up a ridge away from the water, and I think that you climb up over this lip, and then you're looking down slightly into a slightly more open area, and you can see a group of less than 20, but more than a dozen creatures, all kind of moving together through the woods, and you can hear cracking and stuff as they like nudge trees and knock them over. They are dinosaurs. They're enormous. There's enormous creatures. They are quadrupedal, long tail, long neck with a kind of stunted front end on their face. I'll see if I can just show you a picture. And yeah, there's this big group of them, and they're all kind of moving together. And you notice that around their feet, there's smaller ones, like little pups or whatever, calves. And one of them stops and turns its head towards you and like sniffs the air. What are you gonna do?
Are these so? Sorry, Adam. Are these like brachiosaurs, like the big long neck?
Yeah. I should be able to just drop in a token. Yeah.
Describing.
Bloop. Like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Great. And so Little Fox is going to gently coo at first to these things to reassure that her appearing out of like thin air is not, so it's not scary.
Mm-hmm.
And just try to talk to the dino friends. I'm gonna try to make friends with these dinosaurs.
Okay.
Back at the river, Arcturus finally gets out of the bush for long enough to be like, where did Little Fox go?
And Ishi is already busy bothering Malik, being like,
You think Little Fox is gonna be okay? I was told to stay quiet, but I'm not really very good at staying quiet.
all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the lead hadrosaur, the biggest one, the leader of the pack, it has, you can see on its chest, it has some scars, some like deep scars, and it walks with a bit of a limp. You can see that it's got a wound that is long healed, but on one of its forelegs. Yeah, it turns its head towards you and kind of blinks curiously, and you're making some noise so they know you're coming.
Yeah, exactly. And she's just like, "Hey there, just saying hello, letting you know that we're nearby and
Okay.
we're friends."
And you're gonna make. Let's have you make an animal handling test, and you have advantage on this just naturally, right?
Specifically, I have advantage on charisma checks to talk to animals.
Sure.
So my charisma is bad, but I roll with advantage. I don't know if it's better to roll a charisma roll with advantage at -2 or an animal handling skill, which I have at 5.
Is animal handling not based on charisma?
Is it? I think it's based on wisdom, which is why mine is at a 5. Because I have a
Right.
wisdom bonus of 3.
It's based on wisdom.
Okay.
So I think I'm using my charisma based thing.
Okay. So just a charisma check.
Yeah. So here I go. I'll roll it as persuasion because that's what we're doing. We're trying to be nice, make friends. I get a 9.
Okay. All right. So it I think it like rears up a little bit, like gets up on its forelegs and then kind of like stomps down in the mud and makes a low kind of like rumbling noise. And the rest of them kind of turn their head. The kids kind of scatter and hide behind the larger animals. And yeah, it kind of just like huffs at you.
And she just kind of I can see that others maybe have not been kind to you, but we don't want any trouble with you. We simply are passing up the river.
Yeah, and they seem to be like headed towards the river. They're like going to drink. So they're on the way to your party, and you've intercepted them.
Mm-hmm. And so she just says like, "I am coming here to speak with you so that you are not startled by finding us or mistake our intentions. Also to warn you that someone set up a net at the river and might be trying to trap your kind or perhaps mine." It's hard to say.
It starts to climb up the embankment towards you, not aggressively, but just kind of like like, I'm moving on. We're going where we're going.
Yeah.
And it expects you to move out of the way.
Yeah, she'll act with deference, but definitely is like trying to convince these dino friends to chill the fuck out and not be so pushy.
Okay. Yeah. So the big one climbs up the hill. The rest follow up after it, and most of the rest of the herd don't really look at you. But the big one gives you one last look, like you're tiny and pathetic, and like gives you this kind of like haughty like head toss as it climbs the hill. Maybe its tail swipes at you, and you have to like jump out of the way.
Yeah, she like ducks it or whatever.
Okay. So back at camp, I think as we see this thing climb up the hill, it puts its front paw thing up on a tree that's already tipped over, and it ends up pushing it down and breaking it. And back at camp, y'all hear a crack, like a tree being broken in half, and then rustling in the bushes, and a bunch of like birds fly up whoosh, off in the distance from the way that Little Fox came.
Should we go and investigate?
Is that the
No,
way the
it's,
Little Fox went?
Uh-huh.
It sounds big, whatever it is. We should hide.
Little Fox is very big.
Good point.
I guess, but I've never seen or heard Little Fox knock over anything bigger than like an ant that wasn't killing us.
That's true. Very unlikely Little Fox would disturb the forest in that way. Yes, perhaps we should.
Less discussing, more hiding.
Right.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So
Just
you're
hide
gonna
in some undergrowth somewhere.
Okay, you're gonna hide.
In
Okay.
a shrub.
Yeah, make a stealth check, everybody.
Bad at this. I
mean, you're better than Malik. So the group of you, where's everybody hiding? Just in the bushes?
I think that I like crouch next to the canoe, maybe, and like
Hide behind
pretend
that?
to be- yeah. Hide behind or like in the canoe and like peek my little trident head up and be like, let's go.
Okay. All right. So there's more cracking and the sound of heavy footsteps as you're as something is approaching, and you realize there are multiple somethings, like a dozen of them at least. And yeah, the trees are rattling, and you can see in the distance the tops of the trees as they push their way through are shaking, and leaves are falling, and they're getting closer. And maybe you all kind of like look at each other. And Little Fox, what are you doing while they're doing this? Are you like running alongside them, or have you run up ahead?
If this dino thing is not going to listen to me, then we gotta change tactics here. I'm gonna draw on my burning wheel skills.
Okay.
Like I will try a different approach.
Uh-huh.
So she's like running alongside these things to keep up, or like hustling alongside them.
Yeah.
Trying to convince it, and it's being all like proud and pushy.
Yeah.
She just says, "Well, fine. They'll do this. Well, I'm not happy to be doing this." And she's just gonna jump on this thing's back and I'm gonna animal handle this thing. I'm just gonna no, you're going this way, and I'm just gonna like
You're gonna wrestle the dinosaur.
yeah, but like not like wrestle it to the ground.
So
to submit, but just
with
hop
what? Just
on
your
it.
bare hands, or?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna like jump on its back because it's quadrupedal, right?
Yeah, mostly. Like it's able to. Its body is
It can
shaped
go
such
hind
that it
leg,
could.
but yeah,
These things they're like elephant size, not like
yeah,
Diplodocus
and
size.
their method would be that they can go on their hind legs and like put their
Yeah.
forelegs up on trees to like reach with their
Yep,
long necks.
Exactly.
Yeah, so she just like grabbed like with a hand on its big ass neck, she like swings up on top of it to like sit on its shoulders and just be like, no, you're going this way.
All right,
And
so as soon as you jump up on it, it rears up to try to throw you off, right? It's surprised. Everyone in the camp, you hear a deep, startled bellowing sound of an animal, and then back in the situation, so it rears up, and the others kind of fall back, and some of them make the same noise and stomp on the ground and kind of like look around in panic, and it tries to throw you off. Let's make an opposed. Let's have an athletics check to see if you
Athletics
can
check?
grapple.
Yeah.
You can grapple this hadrosaurus.
cool.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
got
16.
16. All right, so I'll roll. Let's see what's its. Okay, it doesn't have a special skill. Okay, what's the stat bonus on a 15?
A 15 is a 2.
2.
2. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, you successfully grapple the hadrosaurus. So you're up on its back, and you like get him around the neck, and it's kind of trying to buck you off, but it can't.
And yeah, she's just like, stupid brute, go this way. Too stubborn, and like just kind of like in the course of wrestling it, so I'm gonna roll animal handling, I guess, to like get it to go the way I want.
Yeah.
In the way that people would with a horse or something.
Yeah.
And this is the first time we see her treating animals the way other people treat animals, you know, and it's a little, and she's like really unhappy to be doing it this way.
Like come here, dummy, and like yanking his head, and his like tries to get you off, but he can't.
She's like goading it and like kind of insulting it a little bit to like drive it on. And
make your animal handling.
Oh, I get a 14.
14. Okay. All right. Yeah. So it, after a little bit more like trying to buck you off, it eventually just is like, and like it gives up. And where are you leading it? Like north, away from your party, or?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna lead it like upriver of it and its herd, upriver of where we are. So like towards the other side of the net.
Ahead of you rather than the way you came.
Up the river rather than downriver.
All right. So meanwhile, more Ishi, Arcturus, and Malik, more grumbling and groaning, more sounds of animals, more like thumping of enormous feet. Do you want to do anything, or you just wait until?
I think I'm gonna continue to stealth.
Okay, I'll stay hidden. Okay.
Staying hidden. Peeking over, trying to see if I can see anything.
Maybe barely audible around those like dinosaur sounds. There's the sound of someone cursing in giant.
Right. So Arcturus, you hear a voice, like shout a few things, but not in a language you understand.
Sounds sort of like the primordial language of the earth, but a little different.
But not a dialect you recognize. Okay. So you lead them. They still want to go to the river. So he keeps pulling that direction.
She's letting them go to the river, but just like to a different part of the river than where my party is, so that they drink and do their business and fuck off and don't trample my friends.
Sure.
That is what I want.
All right. How long does everybody wait before they're like, okay, we got to do something?
I mean, Little Fox said to me to stay here by the boat and don't make noise. I can do one of those two things. Which is stay by the boat. So I guess I do. I don't think I can beat up 14 dinosaurs or something anyway. So it sounds real big and I don't want any piece of it.
Yeah, fair.
Maybe I start, praying to Istitia. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I'm not good at guiding myself through the jungle, and it sounds like there's really big scary things out there and giants maybe,
and so she's gonna ride this thing for a little bit, and then once she's certain that they're going in the right direction and they're not gonna hit the group, she'll jump off of this thing and just be like, I am strong. You should learn that, and then walk back to the camp all grumpy that she had to resort to wrestling this thing. It's like when you meet someone who's a stranger and they're just kind of a jerk to you, and you're just like, I gotta be a jerk to this person. It's like haggling at the corner store or something.
Yeah.
Come back in a bad mood. Yeah, it's like that.
Okay.
And so she tromps back over to where the party is in this weird net.
All right. So yeah, after a while, and not like a short amount of time, but after a while, Little Fox returns.
Everything okay?
I say, emerging from a bush, brushing foliage off of my head.
Yeah, and she pats your head, ruffling your hair kind of motion on your head. She's just looks sad and goes and unloads the boat.
Okay, well you dealt with the thing, right? Now we gotta move the net.
What was that? Exactly.
She says
why?
Rude animals. Just unloading big heavy things out of the boat, clumping them down on the ground.
Are we gonna carry the boat over, or do you want to just pull the net down?
she like looks at the net and is like, why is the net still there?
You said to stay here, and then there were noises, and I.
What have you guys been doing?
Personally, I didn't really feel up to it. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
All right. Fair
This
point.
net. Why the net? And she's just like grumpy and irritable.
I go over to where the net is attached to the bank, and I pull out a dagger, and I start trying to chop through the rope.
Okay, yeah, you can cut the net down without too much trouble. The rope looks old. Like it looks like the net has been here a long time, and the net used to be much finer, but it has mostly just been worn away by the rushing of the river.
Cool. Like, you should cut the net down, let the other side like flow it over or whatever, like out of the current.
There. Fine. It didn't take that long. Just cut the net. Let's go.
And then Adam, it's like too late for us to keep traveling today. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, camp then.
And yeah, the little fox nods. Yeah.
You know I'm grumpy.
Yeah, now everybody's just in a bad mood.
Tomorrow,
I'm just-
rude animals. And then she like sits down and starts trying to like make a fire on the riverbank.
You know, sometimes you're a bit of a rude animal yourself.
And she like snorts at you, like does this like growling snort sound. And you just
By this time, knowing that we're making camp, I've started to shed my armor to like get fishing.
You're sure you're still going to try that after last night?
Yes.
I love that this is the like day 46 of the trip. Everybody's grumpy and nobody likes anybody anymore. Like I like the idea here too that
throw leeches twice and you're still gonna go
Exactly.
swimming. I am a fish person.
Arcturus, have you maybe considered that we're tired of listening to you barf all the time?
Maybe you shouldn't have gotten a boat.
it's like the one last thing for Arcturus, right? Of just like, I'm Triton, damn it.
This is all I have.
I also feel like probably about an hour or two later, after saying that sometimes little fox is a rude animal, there's that part of the conversation where he's just like,
I really beat it. You're good or whatever.
Yeah, and she like grumbles at you about how she's nice. You know?
Yeah, shut up, I'm nice.
Yeah, and like crosses her arms and scowls.
Okay,
at the
anyway,
fire.
fishing. I get fish for everybody.
Okay, so you come back from the river with enough fish for everyone. You don't
And
get
I don't
throat
get throat
leeches.
leeches.
yay! Fish for everyone.
So what
and
is this?
no
Is this a
leeches.
like, here everyone, I brought you food, or is it just like you throw the fish down on the ground and you're like, fuck you, choke on it?
I mean, because Arcturus doesn't cook the fish. Arcturus just eats it raw. And so this is, I feel like there's a fire set up and you guys would be like eating rations, if not like maybe like what is the way things would normally go? Would it be like little foxes preparing the fish, or
I feel like it's like little fox or
We've described me
or-
cleaning fish
Yeah.
in the past.
yeah, so maybe I just like drop it like near the fire, like next to all of you, and then go and like sit down somewhere else and grumble something about like boats.
In fact, little fox, you're so nice. Maybe I could have that one.
I like some bigger fish.
Yeah, and she just like glowers as her big hand like closes the fish you want, and she just like tears its guts out with her finger.
Yeah, just not even like breaking eye contact,
Yeah.
just rip.
And then like jabs it on his stick and hands you the stick.
Cook it your damn self.
Oh my god, I love Cranky Adventurer Party.
Cool.
Malik, what are you doing while everybody is like stomping around like a cranky pants?
I'm ignoring everybody and looking at. I've got a little locket that's not on a chain, and I don't normally do it when everybody else is nearby, but I just open it and have a look at it for a little while. And then yeah, like come over to the fire once I notice there's like food and join in cooking fish and stuff. And I kind of say not really to anybody. I'm sure she'll be back soon, and we can get on with finding this stuff. It's going to be worth it. We're going to find something interesting. And
remind me again where we're going.
We're heading up the river to a ruined city. Well, a ruined town. A ruinous area. Mbala.
Oh, I thought we were going to Orlanga, though.
That's after Mbala.
Yeah, this should be on the way.
Nobody quite knows where the river goes after, and like pull out the map, like after Camp Righteous and Camp Vengeance.
I thought you were going to start a poem there.
What?
As long as you stay away from Cambodia, that place is no good.
No, we want to go on a
Nobody
holiday
ever
in Cambodia.
Welcome to Cambodia.
Anyhow, if I look at the notes that I have taken, we are currently going to see a seer in Orlanga, but we have 2 different Aldani Basin quests. And then down on the other side of the map, up the river Taff, there past the Kalanka Gorge, which I assume is somewhere around Ataz Kalanka. There's a ruined city. Depending on where the river Soshan Star goes, it might meet with the river Taff, it might not, but our main journey does take us to the seer in Orlanga to find out if she knows anything about this death curse.
Okay, good. So first, Camp Vengeance and Camp Righteous, then Mbala, then Orlanga, is what I'm hearing.
If the river goes that way, yeah.
Yeah, we'll follow that. It's hard to think we'll get lost, but I'm sure it can happen, especially without a guide.
Okay.
Cool.
Arcturus, like when you say especially without our guide, Arcturus makes a little like noise, like in the back of his throat, just like, all right.
And I think at this actually Malik snaps at you. He says, "You're not the only person who misses her. I'd got quite fond of her as well.
I don't miss her.
Frankly, you're being a little bit pathetic. Get it together." And he like storms off.
She smelled really weird.
What was that? Did he just...
You are being a little pathetic. I can see why he'd be mad. You've been moping for like 3 days.
It's part of my nature to become attached to people.
It's part of my nature to live underground and eat whatever bugs are there, but you don't see me doing that.
Well, you can eat bugs if you please, and I'll be sad if I please. And why is he upset with me for being upset? That doesn't seem right.
Because he likes her too.
So? You being upset does not dissuade me from also being upset. What is happening? What?
What do you mean, what is happening? I don't know. You people are, your emotions are so weird. Kobolds, we don't get attached. We just have a community that has children and they grow up with everyone and there's none of this whole getting close to people thing. I don't get it. Why you're mad. She's gonna find us in the next couple of days.
One sec.
Kobolds don't get attached. We only have like 4 hit points.
Okay, so I rolled to see, and I get distracted enough by you describing how kobolds live to like think on that as a tangent.
You're like, oh, that's fascinating.
So yeah, like I'm like, why is Malik so upset? Oh, right, someone else might have emotions, but now you're talking about kobold culture, and I am so into that.
Nice.
So yeah, I get distracted and have a conversation with you about how kobolds live.
Nice.
Awesome.
Excellent. Okay, cool. So night falls on the jungle. If anybody doesn't have inspiration yet, please go ahead and Go ahead and take it. Little Fox, you also get 50 experience for driving.
Riding
Yeah.
a dinosaur.
God damn it, little fox.
Dino Rider.
Everything
Dino
everything you
Riders.
do alone gives you XP.
Now all you gotta
There's-
do is get yourself a Cadillac and you are good to go.
Right?
All right, let's get that blessing roll. Let's set out for tomorrow. All
Yeah, I
right.
get 2 again.
Plus 7. Okay.
2. The number of hexes I will move today.
So Malik and Malik
Don't look, everyone. Don't look.
I can't see that number. I can't see that 15 on the screen now. I can't see it.
It's
Don't
fine.
worry.
It's okay. It's not a big
How
deal.
did we get XP for the grungs? Did I miss that? And
Yes.
We got
We
it.
did.
That's why you're at 1970.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, clear day, no problem for you guys. You travel down river, and let's see if today is.
I'm seasick, but I'm also like staring holes in the back of Malik's head.
So there's the whole day is quiet and nothing. There's no interruption to the like general kind of crankiness. Fairly early on, you pass by on your right hand side. You pass by some dinosaur poop and some big imprint footprints in the mud. But otherwise, the day goes by fairly quickly. Another day and a bit, and you'll reach the site of Camp Righteous, which is exciting. So let's take a break here,
Man.
and then we'll get you to do all the rolls and stuff. And we'll head out for Camp Righteous. You'll get there halfway through the next day, so we'll see if you get there tomorrow or the day after. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, everybody. This stream is brought to you by Roll20, an easy-to-use virtual tabletop dedicated to making tabletop RPGs accessible to everyone. Join the adventuring party at roll20.net. hello everyone. Welcome back. Let's continue our exciting voyage down the river, up the river, around the just adjacent to the river, orthogonal to the river. We're headed for Camp Righteous.
Orthogonal to the river? I'd prefer to be on the river.
No, you're going across the river now. So Camp Righteous awaits. Let's see how we do. So as usual, dear friends, please make with the blessing, and then I will make with the rolls, and we'll see what happens.
Wait, did we decide whether did we have a day where we don't know if we used rations yet?
Oh yeah, that's today, I guess. There's one day. Yeah, do you want to make the roll?
Yeah.
Okay. No rations today. And then save.
Do I have a bad night? No, I
No,
don't.
you're good. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, and you're going upriver. That's right. I'm just goofing off. All right. Camp Righteous, let's do it. Blessing spell, please. The guidance of Istitia grants you a 1 today. So
Great.
Istitia not so blessful today.
Istitia is like, God
Displeased.
damn it, all y'all get your fucking shit together. Maybe you need to work on your party dynamics before you go further up the river, says Istitia.
Not.
Uh-huh.
One cannot traverse the water before one has become like water, fluid in the dynamics of social. I don't know.
You tried. It was good.
It's good.
The start of that sentence was great.
Okay. So at this juncture in the river, you're finding there are, like, this has been true all the way along, but at this particular place there's a bunch of sort of tributaries and smaller rivers that head off in various directions, and right now it's about figuring out which one is still the main flow and staying on that one. So you end up making those choices. You stop a bunch of times throughout the day. Let's see if you're interrupted as you go.
You know, the fact that you would point that out right now specifically makes me feel like we're going in the wrong direction all of a sudden.
You do not encounter anything. You do not encounter anything as you.
Do we, however, encounter Camp Righteous?
No, you won't get to Camp. The plan was not to reach Camp Righteous today, anyway.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay, so you head down this river, and the jungle is quite thick here, and the river is flowing quickly. So you just spend all day. Is everybody still kind of like in? Is this a second day where you're all still in silence?
I think that Ishii would just by
There is
virtue of
never
talking-
silence when Ishii is involved, even
I guess-
when people are grumpy.
I was gonna say. So I guess the
like-
question is it just Ishii talking then?
I feel like Ishii's talking would, and the fact that we were talking about kobolds the other day would invite me to talk with Ishii, but there's still like that, like, you like yelled at me for being upset, and so I don't think that I'm inviting conversation with Malik, but not in a like you talk at me and I get mad at you and don't say anything, but more in a like I'm talking with Ishii, who is also talking, and not necessarily like inviting you into the conversation if you're not gonna like invite yourself or whatever.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to say, so I'll probably sit and work on the map.
So these people that we're going to see up at Camp Righteous, they were the same people. They're supposed to be good or bad. I've never been there.
Yeah,
I
you
mean-
haven't no one's made a history check about Camp Righteous yet, right?
I think that I made
don't
a
think
check
so.
about Port Castigliar,
Yeah, you did.
but not about Camp Vengeance or Camp Righteous. Azaka said something about how she said something about them. We talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
About how like those guys, like those were the actual names for them, and that was stupid or something. I don't remember, but if you're gonna bring it up, then I can do like a yes. What do I remember about Camp Righteous?
Sure.
Or-
Yeah, make a history check.
It's gonna be bad, but here we
That's
go.
okay. Your character wouldn't have any reason to know that much anyway.
Yeah,
A
2.
Sounds like a flaming fist camp to you.
It's righteous.
Yeah, they're pretty righteous.
I'm sitting at the back, like listening and like writing, and I go, "It is."
Right. So Malik, so Malik, you know, at least as of the last time you heard about Camp Righteous, it is a base camp built by the Order of the Gauntlet, built around an ancient Chultan shrine. Locals call it the House of the Crocodile. The shrine, they didn't build it here for any particular reason, except that the original shrine was built in a place that is like safe from the river and the jungle, so it makes a good place to build a base camp. And they figured the people of Camp Righteous, the Order of the Gauntlet, were like, man, it's probably abandoned anyway. So, yeah. The Order of the Gauntlet, everyone would know at least a tiny bit about that. Yeah, they are a lawful good order, opposed to evil and badness in the world, cored by clerics and paladins, who worship Tyr, Helm, Torm, all the good guy gods who hate evil.
Cool.
All the crusadery.
Yeah, all the crusadery types.
Cool. So being a kobold and walking into their camps is not a good plan.
So
Yes.
are these the type of good guys that like go out and seek out things that are evil and destroy it?
Like
or
anti-evil missionaries? Absolutely. They are questers and seekers. They are good. Yeah.
I would almost prefer the flaming fist. 'cause
good
at
and
least they're,
shining
like-
examples of
At least they're like adorably corrupt.
yeah, the flaming fists are like neutral to lawful evil.
Yeah, like
that's a different way to do lawful good, I suppose.
Yeah, they believe in the law and they believe in goodness, and they built this camp, and their camp is totally fucking righteous.
it's righteous.
So righteous. It's where they surf, right? That's why they don't like kobolds, because kobolds don't surf.
Okay.
Johnny, don't surf.
Yeah. So they're adventuresome types. And
So-
that's what you
so
that's
what's
Malik,
your-
so Malik, you know that. What do you tell them?
What do you tell us?
It's built near an old Chultan shrine. I don't know if we're going to have to stop, but if we do, there should be some things of interest there, though the people who've made the camp as it currently is, I don't know, maybe you'll get along with them, he says to Arcturus. Ishi, try and keep antics down, if that's at all possible.
What do you mean antics?
Like stealing and stuff. You're not just going to get a slap on the wrist if you get caught doing something bad here. It's not Port Nyanzaru. People aren't understanding like that. They're very rigid.
Not really very understanding in Port Nyanzaru either, but yeah, all right. Sure.
Could
So-
be worse.
We get there tomorrow, right?
That's the plan.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I will get all of my antics out now.
All right. Yeah, running down that antics meter. So you rest. The night comes. You have to sleep on the canoe because getting the canoe up onto the shore. So you kind of have to just like grab a branch as you go by and tie the canoe to it, and then take turns sleeping in the canoe while you watch. Arcturus, you're not really in a position to fish here because you can't like stand on the boat and fish. You could take off all your armor, dive into the river, swim around. You
I thought
can't
that's
really,
what I've been doing.
but you can't light a fire because you're on the
that
canoe.
doesn't matter to me.
So you want to get raw fish for everyone to eat when they could just eat rations.
I was just gonna eat raw fish myself.
Okay,
That's what I've been doing.
sure.
I would still want to swim. I don't like boats. This is like a night of not really sleeping because it's like.
I mean, you'll still get to sleep, but
I mean, for Arcturus, who gets seasick, sleeping on something that's slightly rocking is not very good sleeping, is what I'm saying.
okay. So Arcturus gets up, and the boat is like wobbling, and the process of taking your armor off in the crowded boat like wobbles it some more. And you take it off, and you jump off, and there's a moment where it almost tips over, and like a bunch of water splashes it into the boat. And Arcturus swims around in the river. Go ahead and make your survival check there, Arcturus.
Can I just sleep in the?
No, you can't sleep. You're not a fish. You're not actually.
I
a
mean,
fish.
actually, though,
No.
I can breathe water. What's the problem?
Can you breathe throat
You'd
leeches?
float away, I guess. Okay, so you can get some fish. Okay. Can you actually breathe underwater?
Yes, I can actually breathe underwater.
I mean, I guess you could sleep underwater. That's like a thing you could do.
Yeah, I could just do that.
Okay. All right.
You guys have more room. I sleep in the river. It's great.
Okay. How do you keep yourself from like floating away?
It's like those fish that are like relatively flat and kind of like burrow a little bit into the sand. Arcturus kind of like goes like swims down to the bottom of the river, finds a place that has some like rooted plants and makes a little cup and then curls up in it.
Excellent. All right, you're a flounder. Good stuff. All right.
Good.
You sleep underwater. You sleep under the river.
That's great.
And in the morning, you wake up and climb back onto the canoe and put your armor back on, and you head out. So let's get that blessing of Istitia.
Are you guys like, wait?
I mean, I think they know your fishy shenanigans.
Fishy shenanigans.
All right, so a blessing of Istitia and Little Fox and Malik realize that your suspicion from the day before was highly well-founded, and that the river you went down is not the river you thought you were on. You're actually over here. So I think what happens is you set out, and after about an hour, the tributary just kind of like comes to an end. And there's nowhere to go from here except back the way you came.
Oh.
Oh, good. That's exactly what we need. To be in the middle of nowhere again. And then take another day getting back to the other bit of middle of nowhere.
Hey, at least we didn't go like 4 or 5 days on the wrong direction. It's just one.
Well,
Adam, how much does the
I suppose that's true.
What's that?
How much does their canoe boat thing weigh?
I don't know off the top of my head. That's a good question. Let me take a look. Buying a special item. A canoe. It does not say. It's otherwise identical to a rowboat. I'm assuming maybe yeah. C above rowboat. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Rowboat. Here we go. Still does not say how much a rowboat weighs.
Anyways, fair to say that we can portage this.
You
vehicle.
could. Yes, you could carry it.
Yeah.
As a group, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Like a couple of us carrying it. So I think that will be what Little Fox wants to do.
And
wait, you want us to get out of the boat and carry the boat? Why? Why not just go back down the river that we went and then go down the river and the right river?
I'm all for carrying the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Little Fox just like has pushed the boat to shore.
Yeah.
And has started unloading it.
Okay.
And then,
but I don't understand.
When you start complaining, she just looks up at you and just says, "Sick of the boat." Makes everyone angry. And then like.
But it will take longer to go by foot to get to where we want to go, and we're going to carry the boat across all the land and then have a boat with us everywhere.
No, and she just like points not to Camp Righteous, but just like in a northerly direction, just says carry boat to the right river.
Listen, I'm just saying, Firefinger's right there. You can just go back to Firefinger.
Well, Ishi, it doesn't make much of a difference for you. You won't be carrying the boat anyway. You're about here.
I love the idea of you carrying the boat, all of you carrying the boat on your shoulder, and Ishi just hanging from it, little legs going. Like, I'm helping.
Yeah, I mean, so friends, it's about as quick to just carry the boat through one hex and then get in the river and go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or 1 day, 2 days. Yeah, it's basically the same.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
Give that a try. Just keep an eye out. This area is marked as dangerous, and we're going to be a big target.
That's a good point.
From what I understand, this entire jungle, nay, this entire island is marked as dangerous.
It's also a good point.
Peninsula.
It's a peninsula?
It's
I
the
didn't-
Chilton Peninsula. Yep.
Oh, it's not an island? Oh,
No,
okay.
we're not on an
Peninsula.
island.
It's surrounded by what?
No, it's a peninsula.
If you look in the bottom right corner of the map, it is-
Damn it!
what is it a peninsula on? Just to do a little bit of geography lesson. Is
I
this
don't
just
know.
like a tip of a huge continent?
You know,
is
I mean,
floating
the characters
across the
wouldn't.
little
The
bit of
characters
that.
wouldn't know. But let me look at a map of Abir Toril and see if I
Yeah,
can-
I'm just kind of curious, me, Andrew, you know.
Yeah. So it looks like, it's so there's a continent that kind of hooks around the Shining Sea, which is the thing to the like northeast of you, is actually a huge deep inlet. And you could get to Chult from the other direction by going really far to the east and then south and then west.
Right, and taking this huge circuitous thing. So it's part of the original continent that we're used to.
Yeah,
like,
sort of like just massively
Overskate and all that
far
shit is,
south.
but incredibly roundaboutly far away.
It looks like, oh, you know what? I was looking at a second edition map. It looks like the spell plague caused some problems in that area. It's a huge island. It's a continent now.
Okay, so that separated from the main
It is, yeah.
thing. But yeah, this is like the
According
tip
to
of the,
this third edition map that I'm looking.
we're on the tip of the iceberg here. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, that's delightful.
Faerunian geography featuring, hello, us.
Featuring the spell plague most prominently.
Yeah, feet the spell plague.
Okay, fine. So you want to go overland? Then that's okay. Your navigational skills mean you probably know where you're going. The river seems safer than trekking through the jungle. Personally, I'm not an expert, but
That's why you get to be the one to keep an eye out while we all carry the boat.
oh yay!
If anything's coming, then you'll see it.
So this is the direction you're headed.
Or it'll see me.
Yeah, exactly. We're just gonna go through, cut into that hex, and then get back to the river
Okay.
where we were meant
So
to be.
just getting reoriented takes all day today, and then you can set out to figure out where you're going. You can head in that direction tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So this is going to be your last chance to fish for a little while, Arcturus. Would you like to make that attempt?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Eh. I don't like
Sad.
not fishing.
Sad fish.
I get enough for me. Is
Yeah,
that
you got enough for you. Everybody else eat rations.
Nom.
And I don't get
Don't you say bid farewell to the throat leeches, and you
my
head
throat leeches.
into the night. Okay. Blessing spell, and then I'll roll, and we'll head out to the west. D4 from anybody. Yeah.
I got you. Sorry, I was looking at a map.
It's okay. So it's a +8 total.
Yeah, 3 and a 5.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So you set out across the land, and you're headed this direction. So let's move you up there, and let's see. All right. Mercifully, it is a long and arduous day of like portage sucks. Like lugging a canoe just blows, and so you're dragging it through the jungle. You're taking constant breaks. It's huge and heavy and obnoxious, and you do that all day, but you don't get attacked by monsters, which is nice.
Yay.
Yep, portage is the worst.
Yep. So that night, you rest. Everybody eat a ration.
This is the first ration I've had to eat on this trip.
Just jam that lembas bread right in the old mouth hole. It's great. Tastes like dirt. Elf dirt.
Which tastes the same as other
No,
people's
elf dirt
dirt.
tastes like magical. It's great.
Yeah, it's way better.
Okay.
Tastes like red bean paste and matcha. So and beets. So you eat your rations. Night falls. Day returns to the jungle. And I think it's like raining now. I think that over the last day it had started to get overcast.
Oh, good.
And now it's like pouring rain. Thankfully, this will be your last day of portage, so you'll have the thing over your head, and the canoe will absorb most of the rain. You get to stay dry. But yeah, it's raining and it's slippery, and you're slipping in mud, and it's a whole thing. But let's see. Do you have the blessing of Istitia today? And how does that go?
Hopefully.
Let's see.
The blessing of Ishtishia.
Fish Tishia.
Nice.
The
All right,
fish
the fishy gods
Strong with us.
look upon you, and today.
That's why it's raining.
First of all. Okay. Yes. So you're fine. And then you'll return today to Mother River. But
Yes.
let's see if anything happens along the way. No, another merciful. The fates. Timora has blessed you in your journey. You reach the edge of the ocean star. Its mighty flow gurgling along to the north, and you set your boat back down at its edge, and you rest for the night.
For a second, Arcturus is like, yes, the river, this is great. And then Arcturus remembers that means we're going to be going on a boat. And like the glee, like the childlike glee on his face is just like,
Yeah, you're like, yay! Ah, fuck, damn it. Amazing. Good stuff. All right, cool.
Are
Okay.
we fishing now?
Yes, you can go fishing if that's something you would like to do.
Go fish.
Always fishing.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh,
Shit.
no fish for you.
No fish.
The river's
at all.
bounty is
What?
denied to you, Triton.
Oh, damn. Gotta eat a ration.
All right,
Shit.
everybody eat rations.
I
Fish.
still tried those, so can't save, right?
Yes, you did try.
Fish Tishia denied.
That's right. Fish Tishia is a fickle god. Gives with one hand and takes away with the other.
I think you mean with one fin.
I mean, like a wave, I guess.
Yeah, it's more
not
like a
even
wave.
fish.
A tendril.
It's just water.
All right, you
It's
rest.
just literally water.
Let's see how the next day goes. This is the one that counts. This is for all the tuna.
All right.
Get that blessing.
Better tune up your
Get out of here.
game here.
Whistle a happy tuna. It's time to go.
Yeah, we got a 2.
Okay. Okay, so you travel. Nope, not that way. There we go. You get back in the damn boat, and you head out, and you make your way downriver to Camp Righteous, choosing the correct tributaries this time. As far as you can tell. Let's see if there's any interruption on your way to the mighty fortress.
We
I'm
made
traveling to
it.
Fort Righteous. Don't interrupt me. Hey.
I'm trying to go to Fort Righteous here.
Hey.
Yes, there is a thing. A thing
Yeah.
occurs at night. So as it gets dark,
Yes, at night.
and about when you're like, it's, the sun is dipping below the horizon, it's become dark. This is like right about when you're like, okay, we're gonna need to settle in for the night. Let's see what occurs prior to that moment.
I bet you
Interesting.
it's 12 sea hags this time.
Yeah, the entire ocean of hags.
See,
Okay. So here's what
4
happens.
Sea hag covens.
So who
all
is it? Who
partying.
is it? Is it Malik or Little Fox? It's like we should chill.
Why are we chilling? What's chilling? How
We should
chill?
like it's time to rest. Who says that? Who decides?
Oh, right, because they're the survivalists.
They're the ones making the check.
it's probably Malik, just because.
So here's because the question is, and maybe this is a discussion, Malik, you can bring it up, but if you push on another hour or so into the dark, you'll get to Camp Righteous. But if you stop now, you'll be able to rest the night and you go to Camp Righteous first thing in the morning.
I think Little
I'll
Fox
relay
is
the
in
options to
favor
the
of first
group.
thing in the
They
morning.
get to have an opinion as well. Well, we're nearly there, but we'd have to go by night. That means I can't see anything, certainly.
Night's great. I love night.
Yeah, you could hang a lantern. Oh, your lanterns are broken. You could hang a torch, I guess, off the front of the boat, or someone could stand in the
Cast
front.
light.
You can cast light. Yep.
I bought a new lantern.
The question is do we? You said that you knew that the what was it, the hand people,
Silver Gauntlet.
whomever you say
The
were at
order of the
camp.
Gauntlet is the people that founded Camp Righteous. Yeah.
You said that they knew that they were there, but there's no guarantee that these people won't just shoot us on sight if we approach glowing in the dark. I think it's best if we approach in the morning.
Okay. Sure. I don't want to get shot.
It's very unlikely that. Well, if they're still there, then it's very unlikely. If it's somebody else, then who knows? It doesn't matter what time of day; they'll probably still shoot us.
Well, best to be rested then.
Are you approaching Camp Righteous from the? Is the plan to just like ride your boat right up to it? Because you could also approach it by like inland. You could park the boat here and head in that way.
I feel like we just want to take the boat.
Yeah. Okay.
there.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So are you going to? You're going to rest at the riverside, and then just like go back to the boat and then jump in them.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
All right, cool. Okay, so you pull the boat over and plunk it down on the river. How far from the river do you want your camp? Like right at the edge? Because you're going fishing and stuff, right? So it's
Yeah, we usually camp by the river.
okay.
Mhm.
Let's get you to do that. Make that roll for me.
Fishing?
Yeah, fish whip. Do it.
What are you gonna fish up? What kind of monster are you gonna get?
Well, I don't know, but I do it well.
Nice. You get enough fish for everybody.
Yeah, I get everybody some fish.
Okay.
And then I'll make that con save.
Yes, please.
And is that enough? Is the 10?
The 10 is not enough. You get throat leeches. So you take a level of exhaustion until you sleep.
I don't know what that means. I've never had exhaustion before.
You're at disadvantage on all of your like non-attack and saving throw rolls.
So skill checks?
Skill checks, initiative, that kind of stuff, yeah.
How do you have a disadvantage on initiative?
You roll initiative twice and you take the lowest one.
Okay.
That's what it's same. It's the same as
Thanks,
every.
Adam. That's great. Thanks. Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to help. Okay.
Okay, so just disadvantage on skill checks and just not saving throws and attacks.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Is it still raining?
Yeah, hella raining.
Oh man.
And
Rain,
is
like
this a
jungle
thing that
rain.
once I've gotten
Oh.
them and gotten over them,
No, you
It
can get
doesn't.
you can get throat leeches over and over and over.
Great.
Because it's not like it's polio or something.
Yeah, it's not chicken pox. You're diving into water with leeches in it all
It's just
the
a
time.
parasite in your body.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
It's not sea chicken pox, certainly.
Sea chicken pox.
Chicken
Yeah.
pox of the sea.
Tuna pox. The chicken of the sea, the tuna.
The tuna
So-
pox. Got it.
Tuna pox.
What is our lunch
You know-
order overnight?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What's
I
our
assume
what?
it's going to matter.
Yeah, the watch order.
The watch order overnight. Who takes first watch?
I will watch first because I have night vision.
Okay.
I mean, shouldn't you watch in the middle of the night then?
Well, it's
When it's the
equally dark-
darkest.
It's equally dark all the time.
I mean, the first watch might be like twilight, and
Alright,
the
fine.
last watch
You
is
take
dawn.
You take the first watch. I'll take second watch.
Okay.
Little Fox takes the last watch
All right. So Malik, you're on third.
Last.
because she rows the boat all freaking day, so she goes to sleep.
Okay. So can someone roll a d4 for me, please?
I got this.
Yeah, Blue Jay's gonna do it.
3.
So that would be Malik.
Mhm.
Okay. Malik, can you make a perception check, please?
Yes.
Thank you, Malik. Appreciate that. Nice. All right, Malik. So you during your watch, you hear a rustling in the bushes. You can hear you can hear something like near the camp.
I hold up my lantern.
Okay, well here, hang on.
Stuff.
Let me bring you over. I've got a map for it in case this gets nasty. Okay, there you go. Okay. So there's your little campfire going, and you should be able to see a little ways around you. So you you have this pool of light. But what else do you want to do?
If I just double check this real quick. Does it have info written? No, it doesn't. I think my lantern is a little bit more light than the campfire.
Is it a bullseye lantern or a hooded lantern?
It's a hooded lantern. So
okay, it's 30 feet and then 30. So you emit 60 with 30 of dim. There you go.
Yep. Yeah, so I light that with a click of my fingers. I say, "Who's there?"
Okay. You hear from the bushes. You hear a low rasping sound. You hear this coming from the bushes, and then it's met by you hear that coming from like the bushes over here, and then you hear more from over here, and then from over here too, and then more from up here. And there's this like all these hissing and like rattling sounds coming from like all around you. You think you see shapes moving through the brush towards you.
Yeah, I make I press the digitate like a shrill noise to like wake up my group and hopefully startle the things. Okay.
All right. So you make a sound to wake everybody up. Let's have God, what's like a being startled? Like, let's have a saving throw, DC 10 wisdom save to see how fast everybody goes from being asleep to being awake. Obviously, Malik, you don't have to make it. You are unsurprised. You'll just get to roll initiative.
Is there an advantage for natural kobold wariness?
No.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, so little fox, a little slower waking up.
God damn it!
All right, so the two of you are surprised. Keep in mind too, if you could, Arcturus, you are not wearing your armor because you don't sleep in it. So just unequip it. I will describe what you see, but let's all.
If you contest.
Oh right, so I just like click on the thing in my inventory and just click unequip.
Yeah, there should be like an equipment. It should change your AC for you.
Okay, and then the shield I can still carry. I can just grab it.
Yeah, you can just pick it up. Yep.
Yep.
Oh God, my AC is so bad.
All right, I will add tokens for these things. You can see them coming in groups of 3 through the jungle, moving towards you, hungrily advancing. And they appear to be, despite the fact that the tokens don't necessarily reflect this, they appear to be like soldiers or something. They're all wearing similar uniforms, but they have like sleeves torn. They're not like weather appropriate. Their hair is all long and like scraggly, and they 201 have this blue triangle painted in dye on their forehead, smeared, and they come forward with roomy eyes and sharpened broken teeth, hissing towards you through the bushes, drawn by the sweet smell of your flesh. They have spears clutched in their hands. And when I say spears, I don't mean like fine weapons one would use in a battle. I mean like sharpened sticks. And yeah, they're coming rustling through the bushes, drawn by your presence. So I'm gonna roll initiative for them, and then everybody else roll initiative for you. You have disadvantage on your initiative.
So I'll just roll it twice, and then you can put the lower one in the turn order.
Please do.
Okay. And 8.
Okay. So let's see. For initiative, Malik. Oh, you're in there already. Good. Thanks, Malik. Ishi.
I'm the only one that's not rolling with my token.
Yeah, I got you. So you got an 8. Okay. All right. So the first to act are the tribal warriors, because Little Fox is surprised. Little Fox, what were you dreaming about before the shrill noise woke you up?
I think she was probably dreaming about murdering things.
Excellent.
Just the most violent and horrific and traumatizing dreams.
Little Fox, your dreams have all come true.
Exactly. Yeah. Great.
All right. So you startle awake, and there's this shrill noise in the air. Malik is holding his lantern, staring out into the bushes as these cannibals leap forward to attack. So let's see. They have a move of 30, I think. Yeah, they rush at your camp. I'm only gonna move the ones that can make an attack in their first move. And this one's gonna have to move out there. There we go. That one can't quite get close enough. That one's to there. Okay, so the ones that are further away are gonna throw their spears. 10, 20, 25, 30. And the ones that are close will attack. Okay, so Little Fox, one of them runs over, and she's got a tattered tabard that you can't pick out what was on it. It's all like torn. Yeah, the bushes are difficult terrain, which actually means that this one is in missile, not melee range. So only 2 melee attacks. But this one comes running forward to you, Little Fox, jumps up in the air, and then tries to stab you with a spear on the ground.
He does the leaping stab.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. So she comes in hissing and and goes to spear you. 2-handed. She has advantage because you're prone. But you roll to the side, and her spear stabs into the ground. She pulls it up, spitting and snarling. Malik, the one that rushes towards you, he lunges at you with a spear. And let's see. Same thing. You manage to dodge out of the way, and he stabs maybe like your cloak or something, but doesn't get you. And then the rest, I think... I don't know if they would throw... Yeah, I think they would throw their spears, and then they'll run up and like recover them maybe. No, you know what? Fuck it. They're just gonna move. So these ones we'll just move the rest in, because it's too much hassle to worry about who has a spear and who doesn't.
Yeah. This is that time where you just wish you had cleaves so you could just go
10, 20.
Speak for yourself.
25,
smash
30. Okay, so this one can't quite get to you.
I mean, I know
10,
you have
15
methods, dear friend.
Okay, there you go. All right, so they rush you, and all of a sudden, there's just like these soldiers burst out of the trees and like rushing towards you. So, Malik, you are the first to react. What are you gonna do?
I am going to cast a spell of which a component is to place my own hand upon myself.
Okay, good. Thank you for that.
We'll use Dragon Breath again.
Okay. All right, so that's your bonus action.
Yep, and then I'll use my action to breathe fire in a cone up this way to get the ones that are on me.
Okay, let me...
yeah, because I can't hit all of this direction. It's too far.
Yeah, I actually don't think, because a cone wouldn't hit both of these guys anyway, right?
If I did a cone facing this way, it's wide enough. They're 90-degree cones in 5th edition.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So it's like this, because I thought it was like 1 square and then...
No, it doesn't get wider. It's just like an angle from you.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, so you can get both those guys. They need to make saving throws?
Yep. Oh, the thing didn't update properly.
We're saying a cone like a quarter of a circle, not a cone like a actual cone.
Wow, my damage.
Oh,
I'm real
boy.
good at this move.
Well, hey, I mean, they both fail their save, so they come running forward. And I think this is like as they charge you, you belch fire at them and they run through the fire and it singes their flesh, burns their hair, and it hurts, but not that bad. They both just rush through it. Okay. All right. And then do you want to do anything with your move action?
I can't move anywhere without provoking attack, so no.
Okay. And then Ishii, this is your surprise round, right?
Yeah, Ishii and I are both surprised.
Okay.
Yep.
So Arcturus, you
Arcturus.
can go. You are currently prone. You're lying down.
Yeah.
Give me the old wham bam kablam.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I tell if these are undead?
What's your passive perception?
13.
Make a wisdom save. They appear to be among the living.
Okay.
Yeah, they're acting weird,
But they're not.
but they're not.
acting
Yeah,
like-
they don't, none of them are missing limbs. None of them have obvious wounds. If they are undead, they're hiding it very well.
Okay. No, that's fine. I can't notice if they're undead or not, whatever that being. Okay, then I am going to be, since I am caught without my armor, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Nice. Okay, are you gonna stand up?
Yes, it's a bonus action. Shield of Faith is.
Okay, so half your move to stand. Shield of Faith.
Okay. And then I have.
What does your shield? What does your Shield of Faith look like?
It looks like we talked about this when I cast it on Azaka. It looks like the way that light passes through water, that like weird shimmering, and it
Shimmering
only
over
shows
you.
up when it's used, like when something hits it. And I think that I'm gonna. What is this, Malik's? I'm gonna probably shoot at one of the people that's around Malik.
With your
Or-
crossbow?
Ishii needs someone to be within range of the people to get advantage, right?
Correct.
And we've partied together for long enough for me to know that. So yeah, I cast Shield of Faith on myself, stand up, and then move.
As you're standing, do you grab your shield or your hammer?
I can only take one.
You can use your other action to pick up the other one. So you could stand, bonus action, Shield of Faith, and then have both your shield and your hammer. But you get one free thing.
Which would allow you to move but not act.
Yeah, you can move but not act, and have
Collect
shield.
both and be there engaging the things.
Okay, yeah, I'll collect both and be there engaging the things. Because if I don't have my shield, my armor class is like down even more.
Yeah,
So-
that's your best move, I think.
All right,
Yeah, so I collect my shield
grab
and my
your stuff.
warhammer, and I
Yep.
move to be engaged next to Ishii, and I'm just like,
Yeah. So equip your shield, grab your hammer for free, get up and move, get ready to fight. Excellent. Okay, so we're back at the top. Little Fox, you are now ready to act. You are surrounded by hungry young cannibals. What are you gonna do?
So we're calling them cannibals? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's the word I'm gonna use for them.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to spend half my movement to stand. I'm going to pick up my hammer for free. I'm going to use a bonus action to rage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to recklessly attack. No, I'm going to regularly attack this one.
Yeah.
This one is my victim.
Okay.
Kablamo. Is a 14 a hit?
It certainly is.
All right. I will deal 13 damage to this cannibal in the corner.
Okay, the cannibal in the corner is no more.
Cannibal in the corner.
So yeah, so this is them. They'll rush you. This is the one that stabs the spear into the ground.
Yeah, maybe it's like still trying to. She's
Yeah.
still trying to get her
I think you
spear
probably
and-
sweep her feet out from under her, and then
Yeah, like as I'm getting up, like hook her leg, and she drops to the ground, and
Just give her the sledgehammer move.
just
Totally.
like hammer her straight down, big
nice,
pile of paste,
cool. Okay,
and she like shouts defiantly at the other ones. Just like, "Grrr."
excellent. All right, so they see you huge and crushing, and they pile in on you. So they're gonna attack with their spears, and you're gonna get 4 attacks, and these are at advantage, right?
No, I elected to not use my
Oh, you
right click
just-
with a 14 on
You
the
decided
previous
not to
one.
do the
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So these are all just regular attacks.
So they're all against my AC of 14.
Okay, but they have pack tactics, so it's fine.
Oh, well, I'll keep that in mind for next time.
So 1 hit,
Where are these kobold wannabe
2 hits.
motherfuckers?
3 hits, and 4. So they all just like start stabbing you with these spears, and you're just getting like
So-
poked heavily. But each of those gets reduced by half. So you take 2, then you take another 2, then you take
And then
3,
three.
and then 1.
And then 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not so bad.
24. Yeah, and they're just like stabbing spears into her, and the ends are like snapping off, and she's shouting and like batting at them with her arms. And
Yeah. That's awesome. I love it. So they're all around you trying to stab you, but you're just taking the hits. Malik, the 2 that you singed are going to they're going to attack you.
Okay.
And they both have advantage. So first attack misses, and the second attack hits for 3.
Please re-roll.
Okay. Use a luck point.
Okay, it misses.
Yeah, so how does that work? You just reroll
Wait.
one d20 because it's
They
not
have
rerolling the whole
advantage.
roll. You just
They
reroll
have
the die.
advantage.
No, but yeah.
Oh.
So the thing is, if we were doing this physically, I would pick up the die and reroll that. That's how luck works. It's not make the attack again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it makes it so that they.
So it's a non-advantage roll.
Yeah, it's useful for that. It's just reroll that particular die.
So you rerolled the 22,
Yeah, I rolled,
a
and
10.
I had to reroll the 22, and that became a 10.
but the 15 would still hit Malik, wouldn't it?
That's true. Yeah.
There aren't.
So well, that's the thing is I roll advantage, and then Malik picks a die for me to reroll. Yeah,
There's only.
that's interesting. How does it's lucky, right?
Yeah.
I
mean,
feel like
because-
you're picking 1 die out of 2. And
But the
I
thing
don't
is,
want them
the
would
thing
have
is,
been
okay, here's the thing, right? When you're rolling advantage, you think about it at the table, right? You're rolling 1 die.
No,
roll
you're
it.
rolling 2 dice and taking the highest.
Is that
Hold on.
always the way it works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
But
let's.
the question is it that he picks the highest, and then Dave is like, "Cool, re-roll that die," and then
No,
still
it's
that
you-
die that he keeps.
So,
Or-
okay, so what we should actually do
Let me
is I
look.
spend a luck point when an attack is made against you, roll a d20, and then choose whether the attack uses the attacker's roll or mine.
Oh, okay. So
So I should roll.
you, Dave, roll the d20, and then you can assign them your die roll.
Okay, so it's the 15 and the 22. Dave, you roll and
roll a
then,
d20, yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, so the thing
makes
is
sense.
that
I hit myself. It's fine.
Okay, all right.
I'll take
Stop hitting yourself, Dave.
So you take the 3 damage from the hit, and then the second attack deals 4. Is that which one? Oh god, now I'm all confused. Yeah, the first attack missed. The second attack does the 3.
Yeah.
Make the con save for Dragon Breath, and then I'll
Yep.
deal with.
Oh, goody goody, my favorite con checks. I'm gonna use inspiration on this.
Okay.
and it's against a damage of 3.
Damn.
I'm gonna use lucky again.
Okay. So
Just gonna burn it.
he jabs you, and you're like, and you feel like the spell barfing out, and then you just suck it back in.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you're still full of fire. And then yeah, let's go after the unarmed target here maybe.
I have a shield.
Are you going after Fish Tishir?
I
or
think
the
there's no
kobold
way
in
for
the-
this bottom one to do that. So I think they're both going to attack you, Ichi.
Oh.
Because
okay.
there's no way for this one to move around you to get to.
Because they don't have
Fish Man.
flanking if they don't both attack the same
They
target.
both just have to be within 5 feet. But
Yeah.
I think they both just go after you. That might
Alright.
change. But here's the first
Adam
attack.
is just making the judgment that for them, they just try to fight you.
Yeah, you're already engaging them. So there's the first hit's for 8.
Uh-huh.
And then the second one is a miss.
Cool.
Okay. So,
Well.
Malik, it is your turn.
Right, I'm going to use my action to breathe fire again.
Okay.
Hopefully roll a little bit.
There we go. That's much better damage.
Yes, it sure is. Okay, so these two need to make a dexterity save.
Please fail.
Left
Please fail.
and right.
Ugh.
Okay, so the one on the right is incinerated by your mighty dragon's fire.
Correct.
The one on the left is all but incinerated, but is still around.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Do you have like a bonus action damage spell?
Yeah, I'm going to quicken spell a shocking grasp to turn it into a bonus action.
Right? Okay.
Shocking grasp, is that a cantrip?
He didn't cast Dragon's Breath. He just used
Oh,
it.
that's right.
Yeah, because it
stays on.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
19 hits
Okay. All right.
and 8 points of damage.
Cool. All right. So you reach through the dissipating cloud of shimmering flame with your shocking grasp and just touch the guy in the chest, and he's like blown back like he stuck a fork in an outlet, and just gets knocked on the ground. What's your passive perception?
10.
Yours is 10? Okay. All right. Cool. Anything else, Malik?
No, I still can't move.
Okay. Ishi,
Good.
it's your turn.
You can
Actually,
come closer to me, Dave.
I move here.
Okay.
That works too.
I stand up, and then I rapier the guy in front of me with like Arcturus.
Okay. Do you have a shield?
I do.
Okay.
but I
So
didn't
stand,
grab it.
draw the rapier, leave the shield, and
Yeah.
okay.
So that's going to be at advantage because of pack tactics.
Mhm.
And there's no, it's nighttime, so no low
Yeah,
light.
no disadvantage there.
Rapier for 20 there, so that's a hit for 11.
Nice.
Then I'm going to second wind or not? Bonus. No.
Yeah, you have your
Actions.
You have your bonus
Siren
action.
Surge.
Action surge. Hit him again. For 10.
Okay. Cool. So you just like stab him twice, and then down he goes.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So he tumbles to the ground, thoroughly perforated. Arcturus, the target that was in front of you, is now dead on the ground. What are you gonna do?
I think I'm gonna look at Little Fox,
Mhm.
and I would like to tell you to back off. Oh wait, you'll take four attacks of opportunity.
I will take 4 attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, I was gonna try and like, because I would hit you. So
What are you hitting me with?
Thunderwave.
shatter?
Or whatever, yeah.
Shatter. Shatter's a lot of damage. Hey, how much
Yeah,
damage
it
is
is.
Shatter?
Yeah. What?
How much damage is Shatter, and what kind of save?
Shatter is a
It's a con save for half, right?
it's a con save for half damage, but I would be doing it with you take the full 3d8.
Oh, like maximized 3d8, so 24 damage.
Mhm.
There's no way to get
Yeah.
you out of that thing and also get all of them in it.
If I save, I take a quarter damage, so I take 6. Otherwise, I take 12.
So if I were to yell at you, like be like, get out of the way, and you just be like, just do it, or
I mean, she's not coherent because she's raging.
Raging.
She's just like swinging at the.
This
they're,
is
like,
very much
ducking.
Arcturus's call, right? And it's your turn too.
yeah,
so.
no,
Should I get that template?
I
You want
mean-
to do it?
yeah, I'm gonna
Here's
do
the
it.
thing. Here's the thing too, though,
Yeah.
is if you look to your north,
Uh-huh.
You don't see them. They're stealthed to some of you. I guess
I see
Arcturus.
them.
Arcturus. Anyone who has a
Arcturus and
13.
I have the 13.
Yeah, the 13
Yeah.
can see them.
so
The
he
10s
can see
cannot.
those.
Okay, so
Just blow up their shit.
okay, yeah, 3 instead of 4 is fine. I
Yeah.
see these fellas coming at us, and I'm just like, oh no, you don't.
You're just gonna mortar their position.
Yeah, and I cast Shatter, but obviously that thunder damage doesn't count because I'm using my what is it called? Destructive Wrath.
Okay. And so,
Which
what's the
is-
full damage?
The full damage is 24.
And what's the half damage?
12.
12?
Yeah.
So that would be 12 if they take.
All 3 of them just die.
Yeah, they just like,
They're like sneaking through the bushes towards you. You point, and then it's just like, boom! boom, and dirt and body parts fly everywhere. They don't even have a chance to scream. They get blown up. It's like
I love the shatter spell
That's
so
so
far
good.
in play that we've had. It's so good.
Arcturus.
Yeah, so you don't even see that there are people there, and then it explodes.
Yeah, Arcturus is just sitting there getting her nails done. She's like, fire again,
Him?
fire again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
just boom.
So yeah, she's like stabbing this guy, and then there's just a really loud explosion behind us, and I'm like, don't worry about it.
Right. I think because everybody looks right, like because there's massive shattering explosion, destructive
Just
wrath.
handle the people in front of us.
And I imagine it's a wet explosion too, because it's Istishia, right? So there would be like water thrown all over the place. Awesome.
I mean, this is thunder damage. This is like
Sure, but for color, right? Like it's still it's a fish god.
I'm gonna move to be within 5 feet of this fellow.
Nice. Yeah.
Sounds good.
I was wondering if you're gonna.
All right, little fox, your turn.
So you remember, Blue Jay, how you said there were 4 things here?
Yeah.
Not soon.
If you can mush the one next to me, I can probably get more of them in the dragon breath.
I mushed the one next to Dave for 12 damage.
All right,
The one next to Malik, he's
he's extremely mushed.
Very much.
And she's like
Yeah,
holding one of them by the head while like swinging at this.
Yeah. He turns because of the explosion. He turns, and then to the back of the head, just gets a hammer, and down he goes.
Yeah, and I feel like this is just like them all like trying to almost like climbing onto her and her like pushing them off and like swinging at them and just shouting and lots of that going on.
Nice. Okay.
And I'll stay put. I'm just tangling with these 3.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Okay. So the 3 of them that are on you, they're gonna attack. So 3 attacks on you. So that's 1. This is for little fox. 2 and 3.
So a hit for 2 and then 2 misses.
And then an attack on Ishi with advantage for 2. All right. The melee continues. Malik, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm just realizing actually that I can't really get an angle without fire breathing you.
You should probably just fire breath me at this point because I take half damage and then can save to take a quarter damage, and I have 22 hit points left.
And we've seen you do that before, so it's not like we don't know that you can resist stuff like that.
Things hit Little Fox and she just doesn't notice. It's just too big and tough. Yeah, like just go for it. It's fine.
It has to be an attack you can see. So I'd like breathe it up and like I tap you on the shoulder, and then you like duck and I go.
Yeah, and she just like turns and like shouts in your face, and there's like a big gob of like like saliva that flings at you, and then just fire everywhere. And I make a dex save for half.
Yep. Oh, 1 damage off killing them. That sucks.
Okay, I take half of 11, which is 5. And then half of that, which is 2.
You did 11 damage, Dave?
Yes.
No, you kill him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you just breathe your breath, and you sense danger here, little fox, and turn enough that your back and like the side of your head get kind of roasted a little bit. But all 3 of these cannibals just turn to ash. They just burn up into chunks of roasted flesh and bone.
If I may, Adam, I think she like has one that she's holding its head to like keep it back, and she just like puts it in front of herself.
It just crumbles.
Yeah.
And I'll take my bonus action to like put out any embers in your hair, like real quick. Just like pat you down.
Yeah. She's just got like there's like random like smoldering bits of human being like clinging to her, and you're like patting them down.
Yeah.
Cool.
And she's just doing the like angry breathing. Yeah.
All right. So there's only 1 left. Ishi.
I attempt to skewer such a guy.
Okay.
Pew.
You poke at him savagely.
For 7 damage.
All right. You jam your rapier into his leg, and he
That's all I
yelps
got.
in pain. Arcturus.
I whack it with my hammer.
Bonk. Okay, go for it.
Give me
Is this
the
gonna
old
work? Does this ever
The
work?
bonk.
Has he ever hit anything?
There you go. You bonked him. All right.
The bonk.
I bonked it for 5 damage.
You bonk him into the grave. He's bonked to death.
Yeah.
Just like bang, hit him on the back of the head, and he just tumbles forward and thump lands wetly on the ground. He's very dead. Congratulations.
And then I go like,
I'm fine.
And Malik does kind of because I've still got use of this spell and we need to get rid of the bodies anyway. He breathes in, and like as he's breathing in, he's like, move away from the bodies.
Just roast them all.
oh, that smells disgusting.
Nice.
I don't know. It's pretty okay.
Yeah, and I'm just like going around flamethrowering these corpses.
Wow, this really is just a Vietnam movie.
Right, totally. Operation
Weird
Linebacker.
fantasy Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, it's police action, Adam. It's not really a war.
That's right.
Okay.
It's not really a war. Yep.
Yeah.
It's fair. All right. Well, let's take a break here, and when we get back, we'll continue this not a war. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Camp Righteous.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Cannibals can't stop us. Getting lost can't stop us. Hags are nothing, but grumpy party times might be the
That
death.
might be the death of us.
It might be the death of the party. However, maybe this ruckus, maybe this rumble will have reunited our friends. So you stand mere hours from Camp Righteous, beset a moment ago by a dozen of these humans who are marked with, well, they were, now they're just roasty corpses, marked with the blue triangle that you saw before.
And they were wearing uniforms, right?
They were wearing uniforms, yes.
Little Fox is going to go drag. Well, actually, I guess we've destroyed all corpses, haven't we?
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, now you look at their withered, roasty bodies, the air filled with the dark, greasy smoke of human flesh, and think, it'd be cool if we could have checked those out before Malik went all.
Yeah, Malik like notices as
Trogdor.
everyone's looking. He says, "Oh, yes, there's something about that, the fire breathing thing that it feels. It's disturbingly good feeling to roast humanoids with that. I'm not entirely sure I'm comfortable with how that felt.
I can understand that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It turns out that was awesome.
And I was keeping this a secret from you, Ishi. I'm not the only one that can do it. Next time, if you wake up fast enough, it's all yours."
Sweet.
And like while this conversation is happening, Arcturus like crawls back into his bedroll, and it's just like, ugh.
Except that your bedroll is surrounded by burning corpses.
It's warmer now.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Wait, do you like have the leeches?
Until I wake up,
in? Yeah. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
and then I can make another con save to see if I continue having them.
Yes.
So Little Fox's watch is next, right? So she'll just shovel these corpses out of the way.
Okay. Just chuck them in the river.
Sleep. No, not in the river. You don't want to poison the river. She's gonna make a pile of them, kind of.
Okay.
For anyone else, this would be too much
Some
work
will-
on a rest, but for a little fox, it's just like the fuck ever.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay. Well, Arcturus, let's have you make your roll, and then we can go.
Okay, I very much don't want to continue having throat leeches, so I'm going to use inspiration for this.
Yeah, that sounds like a cool plan.
Cool. I
right.
didn't need to, but I did anyway.
No leeches for you.
Another like lovely wake up, vomit out a bunch of tiny leeches. Like, I feel better. Just needed some rest.
Let's get those leeches out of there. Yuck. All right.
What's that, the third or fourth time I've had throat leeches?
Yeah, you're really just.
I mean, you're the one who keeps diving into the goddamn river.
You
And
got
I've only used
bad
2
hygiene
rations
protocols.
on this whole trip.
I mean, that's fair. I've used a lot more than that.
In the morning, Malik comes over to you, and like pats you on the back as you're like done getting rid of the last of them. He's
Yeah.
like, "I was gonna make fun of you for getting those again, but then I remembered that spell last night." And he like smiles at you, and it's the first time he's like started a little conversation for a while.
Yes. Thanks for not making me feel shitty for getting us all fish all the time. Trails off. Like,
And yeah, he like goes like that, and he like looks towards the other two, and he's like, I tried.
Arcturus is
I was
really
gonna
good at
make fun
accepting
of you.
apologies. Yeah.
oh, he can't come at me with, I was gonna make fun of you. And I'm just like,
Yeah, it's fine. Just change your
And to
mind.
the rallying
we're both
cry
looking to
of
the rest of the party going like, you guys don't care.
Boat.
I feel like, yeah. Boat.
Boat.
She's done taking down the camp and just like
We're very nice to each other. It's great.
starts getting the boat ready.
Okay. All right, so you
Again,
head out
I
in the
feel like I'm just kind of underfoot.
you
for
head out in the
Little Fox.
morning, and we'll spare the roll because you're coming at this place, and it's basically right away, and yeah,
Little Fox feels pretty certain that this place is full of cannibals, so she's being careful.
you set out down the river, and fairly quickly in the light of the early day, you see a banner bearing a gauntlet. A gauntlet shape. So at one point, the banner was probably like a deep blue. The gauntlet itself, a fine silver. But now the sun has bleached the blue down to an almost gray, and the silver has also tarnished. And the banner is torn. It's got a ragged edge and it's sort of flapping limply partway in the water, tilted on a bent flagpole. You continue down the river toward the camp. So, sorry, go ahead.
I don't think we should be expecting that Order of Paladin hospitality. They probably wouldn't leave something, you know what they can be like, vain. I doubt they'd leave a flag in this state.
So are you thinking those things from last night?
Perhaps. If I'd only... I wonder if the markings have something to do with the shrine nearby. Maybe linking them is...
I'm sure we could check it out.
We could. We're here to just find and explore things. There's no reason not to stop here if there's something interesting.
So yeah, the boat continues floating on its own, and on your left, the trees clear away, and you see through the fog. The early jungle fog. I'm gonna move you to another map because I got a cool thing to show you.
Sweet.
There it is. It's so righteous. It's over there. There it is. It's in the
cool.
top right corner. So you see a massive stone statue, carved at least in part to resemble a person, but then on that person's back and held in its arms is an enormous alligator with its head down in place of the human's head. It's got a big skull, stone skull, and that thing is maybe 60 feet tall. Just rising up out of the jungle.
Damn.
And then around, yeah, it's very impressive. And then around its feet, it's all weathered, right? It looks like it was built in ages past. And the camp itself, around it, is an abandoned riverside camp strewn with wreckage. Moldy and tattered tents scattered around, and any permanent structures appear to have been burned to the ground. 2 intact rowboats are up ahead of you, tied to a short dock. North of the camp is a ridge, built into which, I stand corrected, an 80-foot tall stone statue, carved to look like a man with a crocodile on his back. Between the statue's stone feet is an archway leading into a dark tunnel. To the left of the statue is a crude animal pen with a small panicked bird running around inside it. There are no other signs of life. I
want to talk to the bird.
The small panicked bird is actually not that small. It's a bit of a misnomer, but let me show you.
Is it like an emu?
Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
Minus the orc riding around on its back. It's an axe beak. It's a big blue bird, and it's running around in this pen honking. It's just and running around in circles. Trying to get out, but it can't climb up over the fence. And and you
name the big weird face chocobo, please. I need it.
So let me move you back over to the river. So top left corner here. Do you want to get off and walk, or do you want to ride your boat further downriver to the little dock area?
I'm in the back of the boat, so I'm looking at all of you. Does anyone make sign like they want to?
Should probably tie it off.
This looks like a cliff of some sort, so scrambling up it would not be as...
Yeah, there's an edge here. It goes up about 5 or 6 feet. But down here, there's an area where it's been flattened and you could just walk.
Yeah, so let's go there.
Yeah, it looks very abandoned, and we were capable last night of handling things.
Well, yeah. It appears abandoned.
It's D&D. It's probably not abandoned.
Well, no, you can tell right away it's not abandoned, or if it is, this magical fire has been burning for God knows how long.
Shit, fire.
Yeah, so as you pull up, you can see right up ahead of you, there's a little fire right here. There are 2 large tents that look abandoned and kind of moldy, and then some further tents to the south down here. And then there's a stone building sitting up on this little hillside to your southwest, or east rather.
Is
I
that
feel
this
like-
one that I just pinged?
Yes, that one.
That one? Okay.
I feel like maybe this fire is from some other visitors. See the boats?
Yes. Perhaps they are visitors like us who wish to investigate what remains of this camp.
The axe beak has noticed you and is like honking loudly,
Aw.
trying to get your attention. Yeah, squawking and honking.
Yeah, Little Fox will put the, like beach the canoe, and she's gonna hop out and go towards the bird.
Okay.
I'm gonna,
We'll like hustle over this way.
I guess, hustle in the same direction so we're not splitting the party.
Okay. Yeah. So you all follow. So you're at the feet of this massive statue. There is darkness. There's darkness below, and it seems maybe, I think Ishi and Little Fox, this figure seems somehow familiar to you. Like you recognize it maybe.
Can I
or-
make a check of some kind?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you reckon? What kind of check?
History probably.
I'm not trained. Can I still make it?
Yeah, I think here's the thing. Do you say anything? Are you like, hey, do you recognize this? Like, I think you'd have a chance if you work together.
Yeah, I think while Little Fox is headed towards the bird, I sort of go like,
This looks awfully familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, and like Little Fox like points at the bird, like, but I want to.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
looks up
Just
at
help
the
me try and
thing.
remember. Then you can talk to the bird for like however many hours you're gonna spend over there.
Would you say that this is a ruin or dungeon?
It's certainly a ruin and or dungeon.
Okay. I will go about helping you, Ishi, because I already know. Because I have historical knowledge.
Nice. When you enter a ruin or dungeon, you can ascertain its original purpose and determine its builders. Well, I mean, yes, I can tell you its original purpose. It was a shrine. It's a Chultan shrine. That was its original purpose. Its builders were humans. They were Chultan humans.
I figured that's how I'm helping
Yeah.
Ishi work out who it is.
Totally. Yeah. Okay.
okay, I'm gonna roll a history then.
Okay.
Shall I?
Okay. Well, you had help, so thank God for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Malik and Ishi together, I guess here, Malik, I'm gonna move you up. The two of you figure out kind of what the deal is between, like, you both fill in bits and pieces. Imagine
Got
a
nice teeth.
Imagine a moment as we flash back to a tavern in Port Nyanzaru some night a long time ago. And Ishi, you and Little Fox are sitting drinking, and at the tavern this night there is a storyteller. There's a Chultan storyteller who's talking about he's telling a tale, and with Malik's help, you remember the story, which I will tell you now. So imagine this dark-skinned man in traveling clothes sitting on a stool on his stage. He's bald. He's like older. Looks like he's traveled the continent, and he's returned from the jungle, and he's brought this story. So he tells you, in the early days of the world, man stood by the banks of a river, frightened. Crocodile raised his head from the river and said, "What troubles you, cousin man?" Man says, "I must cross this river, but I fear to enter the water alone, because it teems with your brethren." Crocodile replied, "It's true, you would not be safe, but I will carry you across the river safely on my back if you promise to return the favor." Man agreed, and Crocodile bore him safely across the water. When they reached the far bank, Man asked, "How can I repay you?" Crocodile replied, "I wish to see the realm of humans, but I fear to go there alone, because it teems with your brethren. You must carry me on your back across your realm." Man had been tricked, but a promise is a promise. So he carried Crocodile safely on his back across the entire realm of humans, a journey that lasted many years. He also swore in his anger that never again would men and crocodiles be friends, and so it has remained to this day.
That is such a nice little touch.
Oh, that's really good. Oh, I love it so much. I'm like,
Crocodile really knew how to make a deal, you know.
I say like relaying the story because I'm remembering it, but Malik wasn't there, so I feel like I probably told some of that to Malik.
Ishi probably relates to Crocodile in this story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like look it up a bit and I say, Arcturus, are crocodiles related to dragons? I mean, I'm just looking at the.
You can't relate crocodiles to dragons.
I mean,
Dragons are better than everything. So it doesn't really matter if they're related. They got big teeth to do this thing, but that's about the same as like humans. And
Every time I've
I don't know,
ever
other
spoken
stuff.
with a crocodile, they were a little bit grouchier and less. And I look at Ishi and I'm like, proud and strong than a dragon. So
that's what I thought.
yeah, maybe not exactly like a dragon. There are some creatures of the deeps that could be properly compared, I think. But
Okay, so while these nerds are talking, I'm talking about birds here.
Okay,
Adam,
so
okay?
the axe
Talking
beak,
about birds.
the axe beak has come. The axe
Sorry.
beak has come running up. It's small. It's a juvenile, and it looks like it's hurt its leg because it's limping, and because of that, it's not strong enough to jump over the fence. There's also a bunch of like bones scattered in the pen, and it looks like the kind of pen you would keep like pigs in or something.
Yeah.
And so it comes running up and it's just like "Bang, bang," and like trying to like climb the thing, and it can't. It's flapping its useless little wings trying to get up over, and it'll like put its injured leg up and try to lift itself and then fall in the mud and like kick a bunch of times and then get up.
Okay, well, with an immense amount of sympathy, little fox like casually, steps over the fence because unless it's more than like 4 feet high, she just like clears it.
Okay.
And like helps this thing stand up.
Okay.
And
It's a little panicked. So if you come over to it and try to like touch it or pick it up, it's gonna like it's kicking and kind of like flailing.
Yeah, she's gonna like speak gently to it and try to just be like, "Hey, it's okay. Let me help you up." And
Okay.
like, in a very gentle, non-event, like she gets low very early on so that she's not like scary and all that stuff. I'm gonna try to make friends with this thing. Can I make a charisma roll to make friends?
Yeah.
Bird thing?
You know what?
Or
Let's
just-
do. Here's the thing. So just because skills and stats are listed in a certain way doesn't mean you can't use them. I think this is charisma and animal handling, right? Where you're just like,
Okay, so I'm at
You can do it.
+1
yeah,
then,
and you have an advantage.
and I have advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the best way for me to do this? I guess I will just roll a charisma check and we'll add 3 to
Yeah,
my
that
result.
sounds good.
Proficiency bonus of 2, I guess, to the result. So I get a 12.
Okay, you get 12. All right. So it gets up. It's got mud all over it, and it like kind of takes a couple of steps back and looks at you like, "What the fuck? What's going on? What are you doing?" Like, kind of gives you the like head, like, "What's happening?" And you like approach with your hands up.
Yeah, so it's not working.
Well,
Is that
so you're what are you trying to do? Like, how will you know? Are you trying to like touch it or?
I'll get it to come to me.
Okay, yeah.
right?
So you give it a second, and it's just like
And I'm just like, no, I'm a friend. I'm a friend. I want to help you. I want to help your leg.
limps forward a little bit, gets closer, gives you another look, like
It's okay.
skitters a little bit, puffs his chest up, like, and gets up in your face, makes itself all big, and then
And
kind of
yeah, she'll just be like, yes, you're very brave.
comes over and
We're
just
staying out here.
like bonks you in the chest with its beak,
Yeah, and it's just like,
and, like pushes you, like
yeah,
flaps
and
its
she
little
just like
wings.
reaches out a hand to like touch its like feathery little side there. And
Yeah, and like it closes its eyes and like tilts its head, and like
she
its
kinda, like,
feathers,
scratches itself.
yeah,
out of
its
the
feathers all go like and like puff out so you can get at its skin underneath, and it's just like.
There's a little ruffle, and
Yeah.
then she'll like.
And one of
pull
its legs like lifts up and kind of twitches a little.
Yeah, and so she like pulls it in to get it to like sit on her lap, and she's just like,
Well, what's funny is that you're big, but it's also like huge, right? So you sit down and it just goes poof on top of you, and you're just
Yeah,
it's just
it's just-
feathers everywhere.
yeah. So is this thing like 6 feet tall or something?
They are large, so it's like if it were
But it's-
adult,
but it's
it'd be
a
like
juvenile.
if it were adult, it'd be like 10 feet tall. It's like a huge ostrich.
Okay, yeah. So it's this enormous ostrich thing. Yeah, and so she like yeah, like kind of like rolls back and lets it like sit on her, and she like gently lays it down in the pen and like it's like, can I look at your leg? Why don't you hand it to me and I'll take a look. I can help fix it. And I'll do medicine on this thing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Let's give it some medicine. I get a 22.
Okay. Yeah,
Can I
it's
make,
like
a splint for its leg.
Yeah, it's not broken. It's like it's just sprained. It looks like the thing climbed. You can actually see where it climbed over the fence and then slipped and fell in and hurt itself and then couldn't get out.
Oh no! So it was trying to got in here.
It got in and then it was trying to get out. Yeah, and it just hurt its leg and it couldn't get out.
And so yeah, while she's like tending to its leg, she's just asking it like, "Oh, where are your family and where are your people? Are you?" And
so
all alone
you can't understand it. No one can. But you're watching it, and so Little Fox is talking to it, and it's just going like, bark, 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 bark. And just like clucking at you, like bonks you occasionally with its beak.
Little Fox like nods as if she's understanding it. Just goes like, okay, yeah, and like is tending to it. And all of this is like her talking so quietly that like other people could maybe barely overhear, but it wouldn't be clear what she was saying. And yeah, so she like takes out some stuff from her pack and like kind of splints its leg so it has a little bit of a sturdier support. It doesn't hurt itself. And yeah, I spent some time just making friends with it.
Okay. So while that's happening, what's everybody else doing?
Dying.
I think
I'm watching and being like,
yeah, you're just peering over the pen.
I think
I'm not getting too close to like startle it because I'm not a little fox.
I think I'm probably talking to Malik, and like I've made my way up the steps to the foot of this thing.
Okay.
And I'm saying like,
well, the story said that crocodiles and humans will never be friends again, and this is a monument to that story. So what I'm thinking, this is just a thought, is
the crocodiles burned the camp down. I was thinking the same thing.
See, I knew you would agree with what I was gonna say. Exactly.
Why don't we investigate around a little bit more and see if we can find their footprints? Make sure. And he's just like so confused. Like he was joking, obviously, but
Are you sure you don't want to go in there?
I think we might need everybody. That place looks dangerous. I've been in my share of statue, tomb, ruin things.
All right, sure. Let's check the camp while Little Fox makes the googly eyes at the bird.
Yeah, so for the two of you looking into this corridor, right? Because you can see decently far. You can see into the back. It goes up, and you can see back to a wall back here. So there's like it's like a wall here. And it goes up in tiers. Like there's platforms, each about 10 feet wide by 10 feet long.
You sure you don't want to go in there? I kind of do. It looks really interesting.
We will. In time, I think we should let the others finish communing.
Fine, okay. I'll just look around the camp for crocodile footprints.
And while I am more personally interested in what's inside that tomb as well, it's probably going to be more useful to the residents of the island to find out why this camp has been destroyed. So we owe it to them to find out.
Also, somebody has to be here, right? There's a fire. They probably went in there.
And the two boats, right?
Yeah, and there's two boats.
Yeah, I say pointing back into the shrine.
I bet you they're in there taking all the good stuff from there right now.
As long as we're outside, they're going to have to come past us to get out.
You don't know if there's another way out. It could be a cave entrance, like down that way somewhere.
Then they'll have to come back to the boats, and they're just over there. I can see them.
Grumble, grumble. Like,
Fine. All right. Well, I'm gonna look for whatever did this.
steps back down the stairs and
Okay.
goes to look for the footprints of crocodiles
Sure.
along the bank.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, so it looks like the area is just it's been abandoned. It doesn't look like it was attacked. There's no sign of there's no dead bodies lying around. It looks like it was abandoned. Or if there was a fight, the bodies have been eaten or dragged off, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
no bodies remain.
That's worrying.
Yeah. There's a lot of the whole area has suffered from massive weathering, so
And that undead are a thing that we know
that's true.
about,
Undead
so-
are a thing in the jungle.
Heishi,
Yes.
you know what eats bodies? Crocodiles.
Crocodiles. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, it's just looking more and more likely, to be honest.
Yeah. The Order of the Gauntlet, they came here, Malik, you know this. They came here to fight the undead, right? Like that's their crusade, was to find the source of the undead of Chult and to kill it so that the rest of the Omnish colonial force could come and build cities and stuff. But, first get rid of the undead.
Ah, the Amish colonial force.
Yeah.
Those
So,
guys.
yeah.
We're just examining the camp, I think, until these guys are done with the bird community.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you just looking around the outside? Or are you poking into any of the tents?
I'm definitely looking in the tents and stuff. Yeah, if I get a chance.
Okay.
So I just wander up over here and take a look in there, and
Okay.
wander over here and take a look in there. These kind of smaller ones I definitely check out, and then to the bigger ones.
Okay. All right. So I think in this tent down here, and you're poking around, and they look like they've been blown through, right? Like the tents, there's water on the ground and it's mud and leaves and stuff. There's a hole in the side of the tent. It looks like it's been looted, right? Like there's a chest that's been cracked open. And while you are digging around in here, you poke your head under under one of the cots, and I need to make a roll real quick.
Oh, okay.
You get bitten by a snake. It's first edition. You die.
You joke.
It is a snake. Oh my god!
Okay, and then let's see. So double what I would normally roll. So there we go. Okay. You take 14 damage, 1 from the bite and 13 from the poison, as a poisonous snake leaps out from underneath one of the cots and sinks its fangs into you. Ah, it hurts real bad. Poisonous snake attack.
Ah! Snakes must be in league with the... Ah!
Stab it with a
Yes,
sword.
you stagger back I've been snake, and it's reared up and hissing at you. You've just distressed it. And you want to try to stab it?
Yeah, I do.
All right, go ahead. Make an attack.
Okay.
Okay, so you lunge for the snake. You miss. It gets to attack you again.
It's probably on the end of your snout, and working out how far away that is from your eyes is probably really hard.
Snake, it's a snake. Look at him. Here he comes. He's going to bite your face.
Can I help in this next round?
Yes, on the next round you can, but he just snaps out. I guess you do get a saving throw on that last one. So roll a save on the last one because you might take half
okay.
damage.
Okay.
And then in this one you get another bite.
Con save.
Okay, so you only took 6 on the last.
Another
thing.
con save.
This time though, you take the full 9.
9. Okay, so I took 6 on the last one and then 9. So that's 15. I'm at half health.
Yeah, so you come running, Malik, when you hear snake, and literally Ishi has this snake up on her, just snap biting her in the face.
Yeah.
Snake.
Yeah, why didn't you try and sword it, and then I'll help you.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's funny because you're getting killed by this thing. Okay, you throw it on the ground, you kill it. What does it look like? So it's basically just like caught on you and it's biting your face.
It's biting at me, and I think this isn't even really much of a rapier attack so much as it is just like Ishi manages to get her little hands around it, like throw it to the ground, and like not out of anger or out of like hate for it or anything, but just out of like sheer panic, she just stabs her rapier into the ground and misses, and then just like jumps on it. Like there's just this moment of her like feet coming down on it, like
Nice work. You've bested the snake, Ishi. Good job. You can take 25 experience for not dying to the snake.
And I look over at Malik and I go, "These snakes, you must be in league with the crocodiles. These are reptiles working together. They left behind the ambush."
The side of Ishi's face is like starting to swell up a little.
Yeah.
I hear the commotion, and I've by this time like been able to get over, and I'm just like, "Oh, look at you!" And I'm gonna help you to not be.
And Malik is like he's flitting between laughing at you and being concerned because it might actually hurt you.
Yeah.
It's like a snake on your face, and you're like, "Argh."
Hey, well, you recover 4 of those hit points.
Oh my god! I got a 1.
Apparently, Istishia thinks it's pretty funny too.
Istishia also thinks that your pain is hilarious.
Your poor little face.
All right. Snakes are fast, man. Faster than Von Saberberg, even. Jeez.
Awesome. So, meanwhile, over in Axebeak territory, you've befriended this Axebeak now, and it's gotten up and like taken a few steps around Little Fox to like test its leg, and is kind of like,
yeah, and she's kind of like coaching it, you know, making sure that it's okay. God, I guess we got to name this thing, don't we?
Steve.
It's never Steve, Elf. Never Steve.
Why?
Okay, we're calling this Axebeak, this little Axebeak with a broken leg, or sprained ankle, actually. We're calling it Sharp. His name is Sharp.
all right.
I'm into that.
Sharp the Axebeak.
I thought you said
I
shark.
said shark. Yeah, I was like,
shark.
Shark. That's
Shark.
awesome.
Shark the Axebeak would be better.
Name it shark.
I don't know what a shark is.
I know what a
Yeah,
shark
dude.
is. It looks just like. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't look.
This doesn't look anything like a shark. Sharks don't have orcs growing out of their backs.
Axe boy.
Yeah, so it's like, like stands up, looks at you, and like looks at the fence warily, like maybe I should try to jump over it.
And yeah, Little Fox goes over to the door to the pen, the gate, and like opens it.
So it Sharp like walks up, like looks at it, like looks suspiciously, like leans out.
There isn't like a secret fence.
Yeah,
here.
looks back and like walks up to it a little bit, kind of puffs himself up, goes to take a step over the threshold, and is like puts his little talon back down, and then looks at you like, "You fucking with me?" Like gets all up in your face.
I walked out the gate first. I'm like, "See, it's okay."
Okay. And then she puts his head up all like imperiously and puffs himself up. Just like trots out. Like, walks out and looks around. It's like, bah!
And so, yeah, I'll just say like, you know what happened here?
Yeah, and just like clicks at you confusedly, like,
Is there anyone inside? I
uh,
point at the like enormous temple thing.
yeah, and it looks at it like it's never even noticed it before. So it looks at its feet and then looks all the way up, like, bah! Looks back at you.
Well then, you can stay with me if you want, or you can be on your way. Up to you. And she goes and like walks towards her friends.
Okay. Yeah. It trots along behind you.
Yeah, that's my friend.
So I think that Little Fox comes around the corner of the tent, and the three of you are looking at the swollen face kobold that is Ishi. And then you see its like long blue feathered neck, the big axe beak, like poke around the corner of the tent, just be like, "Rah!" Like look at
Can
you.
I like coo at it in Orin, and it
Mhm.
sounds like a wind whistle sort of noise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and kind of like just clucks cautiously at you, like. Bark, 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 bark.
Such an interesting bird.
As soon as it appears around the corner, everybody else's response seems to be like, "Aw,"
Yeah.
but Ishi's response, because it's a massive
Yeah, it's a
goddamn
huge
bird, is "Ah!"
Yeah, and so when you make a
Like,
noise, it's like "Wah!" and like looks at you all like kind of like taken aback, fluffs its body up, makes his wings all big, and like looks down at you. Big shadow.
Yeah, and Ishi like scolds.
Yeah, it's like scraping the
That's
dirt
like
with
that
its talon.
fourth time you called yourself Ishi.
He's just
Yeah.
shut up.
They're one person. It's fine.
It's because I'm gonna go talk to Ishi. So
Yeah.
yeah, Little Fox like scolds. Ishi just like and like sticks a finger at you, and then it's like, it's okay.
I look at Little Fox and I just go, "I got bit by a snake."
Yeah, and she like sighs and like pats your head, and then just like indicates the axe beak and says, "Sharp, new friend."
I don't know if I want a giant bird named Sharp following me around. It's
Yeah.
got a big blade on its face.
Yeah, and the axe beak just looks at you, all like scratching the ground a little, like, "Come on, I dare you, kobold, I dare you."
Yeah, and Ishi like sticks a finger out at you again. She says, "Be nice," and then does the same to the axe beak, and says, "You be nice too."
It's fine. It just startled me as all. I just got bit by a snake. Now there's a giant bird. Let's look at the shrine. I don't want to go looking under any more bunks. There's probably like at least 10 more snakes.
Yeah, and Little Fox just nods. I'll look in the bunks. And then, yeah, so I'll start just like kicking over tents and like flipping shit.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
Turning the whole camp over, looking for stuff.
most of the tents seem to have been slashed, like they're cut. The canvas is ripped, and then after that, mildew and jungle rot has done in the rest of the tents. These two big command tents have tables, one of which has the very ruined, murky like sludge that used to be a map, but it's flipped over and in the mud.
Okay, so nothing valuable to grab
No,
up or
no,
what have you.
Not that you can find from here.
Okay, well, I suppose shrine then.
And the last thing Little Fox will do before we go explore the shrine is I'm going to take these two boats
Mm-hmm.
that are over here along with our boat,
Yep.
and just pull them all the way up onto the shore, like over to these big tents.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fully ground all of these boats,
Sure.
and flip them upside down
Oh my god, the boat is huge.
and stack them in a line, so like all three parallel, flipped over, so that if it rains, they don't fill with water.
Sure.
They're sheltered from the things, and I stash all the like oars and paddles and whatnot under them.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
And that will be that.
Okay. Cool. So now what?
I mean, also maybe we should rest before going into the spoopy thing. I don't know.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I could do with getting my spells and my points back.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, there is the danger that like you'll get interrupted again in the night, right? This is a less safe place than you were before.
Also, this was after a fresh. This is essentially after a long rest from last night's encounter, right?
I mean, other than my
y-
snake bite.
You were
we're doing-
interrupted during your long rest.
okay, so maybe we want a short rest here and then.
Yeah, short rest makes sense.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, and so I should be back at 20 hit points then too, or 22, whatever I was at.
Yes,
Hit
die.
but you can
Because
spend hit dice now if you
But I'll
want.
spend a hit die now, so kaboom!
Nice.
I
Excellently
fucking aced.
kaboomed.
Exactly enough to bring me back to full.
Okay.
Exactly enough to bring me back to full as well.
I don't think I took damage. Nope.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So yeah, you guys take an hour, And it's still morning, right? Like we're barely at noon now.
Yeah.
So you rest and have a little snack, and Sharp kind of just wanders around the camp looking at stuff, and like foraging for things. But yeah.
Yeah. Do you think your friend Sharp is going to want to come into the thing with us, or is it a leave outside sort of deal?
Yeah, it'll be pretty crowded for Sharp to get in there. Plus, it's at these like 10-foot like platform kind of intervals.
Yeah, and the little fox just shakes her head and just says, I think Sharp wants to stay out here. Sharp can keep a lookout.
And
then she like pets Sharp's head and like does the whole like won't you boy kind of vibes.
Yeah.
And when we go back, will they fit on the boat?
No way.
Yeah, and she just says, Sharp is not a boat traveler. Sharp can live in the jungle.
Yeah, ostensibly Sharp has like a family because it's just a juvenile, right? It's hanging out now, but if you're like, get out of here, go back in the jungle, there's other birds out there that are they probably assume that Sharp is dead.
Yeah, but this one it can go join its pack or whatever. It'll be fine.
Sure,
So,
yeah.
Little fox
The
is worried.
bird can watch, keep guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think the plan is to, after our short rest, we head inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start
Could you-
side questing.
Could you, describe again what like this area is?
Yeah. Okay. So the very first section, head on over
Right.
there, and I'll describe what you see. So the very first section is a square of 10-foot by 10-foot hallway, basically. The ceiling is 25 feet above you, and ahead at the edge, right here, there is, here, let me zoom in so folks in chat can see a little easier. There you go, everybody. So, yeah, and there's a ledge up here. It seems to be sort of stepped inside. Let's see. This area, it's close to the entrance. The floor is covered in a thick layer of mud, creepers, and blown-in leaves. Yeah, and then it reaches the end right here. There's a wall, sorry, right there, and then another higher up section here.
Okay.
And am I reading this image correctly that this is like another ledge up onto a platform and then another ledge up, or is this a series of doors or something?
Yeah, you'll have to get up there. You can't see from where you're standing.
Okay. Well, yeah, little fox will clamber up.
Okay, so you here, hold on. So you step in. And unfortunately, you trigger the pit trap that was waiting for you. You can make a DC 10 acrobatics check.
There danger here?
There sure is. You feel the floor shift slightly, and that's when danger sense kicks in. So
yeah, so I get advantage on this, and it's a dex save.
it is a dexterity save. Yeah.
All right.
Oh boy, nope. You fall. So you fall 20 feet into a pit. You take 7 damage when you land at the bottom,
Okay.
and that's that.
We've already explored so much of this cave so quickly. It's great.
It's not got crocodiles at the bottom though.
No, it sure doesn't. So
So
now
there's
now,
like
now there's a
four-
pit.
Move up to the ledge and go like,
You okay?
Yeah, and she's like holding on to one of the pit spikes in the pit trap. Is it spikes?
No,
or is it
it's just a flat.
Okay.
You're now like 30 feet from the ledge though, at the edge here.
Yeah, it's like way deeper now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's like just down there like on all fours and like looks up.
Okay, hold on. I'll go to the other side and then I'll throw you a rope. Okay?
Yeah, I think I'll throw you a rope because I have 3 of our party's ropes. But anyways, yeah,
oh yeah, maybe I don't have a rope.
it's
But
all
you,
good.
You can throw it
I
up to
can
me.
throw it up to you. Yeah, it's fine.
Arcturus, would you like to join the party at the edge, or are you staying outside to keep an eye out?
Yeah, no, I would have.
Okay.
I would have.
Right.
So I am going to try and jump this pit at him.
Does it extend all the way to the wall, or is there a lip?
No, sorry. There's a narrow ledge that remains around the outside edge, but it's going to be tricky for you to like run and jump and land on that edge because it's quite thin. You could also try to skirt all the way around by like pressing yourself against the wall, but there's still like a 10-foot.
Your best bet.
Okay, that's not
the parkour thing.
all
Where
right.
you land on the lip and stop your fall or stop your momentum against the wall, and then get back up onto the lip. But anyways, that's super hard to do. Anyways, it's all.
I
very
mean,
difficult.
it's like acrobatics either way,
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm just trying to think practically of like how would you even jump?
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna
try.
try for some good old fashioned kobold acrobatics. This is a tunnel situation, jumping over some stuff and climbing some things. I can do that.
Okay.
A running start.
I say, how confident are you in this? Remember, I brought this spell in case we're all going to be falling down pits for the next few minutes.
No, I'm pretty good at this, actually, the jumping and the part. But maybe God, heads up, fish thinger.
Excuse me?
Make me moist.
Give me the thing. Moisten me, damn it.
Wow, yes, fish thinger, my new name. Thank you. So
I meant your God. I know who you
blessings
are,
of
Arnie.
Asphyxia upon
Taurus.
you. I begrudgingly
Are you actually
cast
gonna cast? Or are you just pretending to cast it?
If I wanted to be really funny, I would cast Create or Destroy Water and drench you.
You could. You absolutely
But
could.
that's a first level spell slot, and
true.
just to be funny, that's not like. If I had a cantrip that would do that, I would totally do that. But like,
I mean, you could
just
just
funny to
take out like
waste.
your water skin and just pour water. do you actually cast the spell or no?
yeah, I do. But who knows how Asphyxia will handle it?
Okay.
It's up to the gods, water thinger. Bella, please.
Water thinger. All right, so I'm gonna acrobatics over to the other side and try and like get up the wall.
Okay, so it's gonna be 2 checks. It's acrobatics to jump the pit, and then athletics to climb. So you run,
right.
you get the acrobatics, you jump over over Little Fox's head, land with just your toes on the lip, and then have to scramble up the wall or fall backwards into the pit.
Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna climb the.
You know, like jump up the little ledge here, and then you said this. You want me to do an athletics on this one?
It
or-
is a strength athletics check. Yeah.
Oh god damn it! I'm way worse at that. But I've got a blessing of fish tishia that I haven't used yet. so-
Yes, that's right. You should have used it on that roll. But-
It doesn't
you-
say that I have to.
Yeah, that's true.
It-
You use it out. You can use it after.
I
if you
can
want.
use it on this one.
Yep.
Oh god. 10.
10 is not enough, and you fall.
Oh.
And you land on. And Little Fox, do you move or do you let?
I'm gonna try to catch her.
Okay, so you'll both take some damage then.
Yeah, I'll like split her damage.
Okay, so Ishii, you take 6 falling damage, and Little Fox, you take 1 falling damage, and now the
Yeah,
2 of you are both in the pit.
Yeah, so I like catch her, and then there's the like brief
Sorry.
moment.
As she was falling, I was muted. I didn't manage to get my words in time. I whip out the spell scroll, and as a reaction, cast Featherfall. I was like, I thought you said you were good at this, but we are now all immune to falling damage for when we're messing about with this trap.
Okay,
Is that can be cast as a reaction?
cool.
Cool. All right. So
How long
Would
does it
be
last?
a bad spell if it couldn't.
Like an hour?
It lasts a minute. I was like, we should make our way up now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just take your time. Don't worry about.
So neither
falling.
of you take that damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I just erase.
Okay, so the 2 of you are at the bottom of essentially a 30. It's a pit that's 20 feet on one end and 30 feet on the other.
Hey, so here's a question. Since we can't get hurt by falling anymore for the next minute, throw me.
And Little Fox like ties a rope to you, and we leave your pack down here, and I just throw you as high up.
I
the
weigh
wall as
like
I can get
I
you.
weigh like 50 pounds with all my
Mhm.
gear. Like if I take the backpack off. So
Yeah, so I'll throw you up the wall, and then you can try to climb the rest of the way.
yeah.
Okay. All right. That's great.
Is this basically just color for me doing an assist? On
Yeah, you
her
don't even need
climb?
to. You don't even, I mean, yeah, you can give her a boost and then she can climb. So make that
Yeah.
athletics check again, but with advantage this time.
13?
Up, back down. The walls here are quite slick, so you're like scrambling on the wall and you just slide back
Oh
down.
my god, if I can't make it on a 13, it's gonna take a while. Go again?
I mean, if you weren't so tiny, I would be like, we'll just have Ishi help Little Fox.
Each attempt is like a round of Featherfall, basically. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
don't
try
do that
again.
10 times in a row. We'll try
Try
it.
again.
what's that, Dave?
Dave, what'd you say?
Oh, don't screw it up 10 times in a row. That's all. If it's
Freaking
done.
working on it. Athletics.
There you
we
go.
Freaking
Yeah.
made it.
So the second throw, I think Ishi comes down. You grab her, spin around, and huck her back up in the air.
Yeah, it's just like as she's falling, I pluck her out of the air and then just do a full.
Alley oop.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah. All right. So you scramble, grab the edge, and pull yourself up. And I think the last, because we're coming up on our time. The last shot of the episode is a shot first of Ishi's little swollen snakebite face, poking up over the edge, with little yellow eyes, and looking down into a chamber filled with cobwebs, floating gauze-like in the distance, obscuring the wall from you. Yeah, there you go. So we'll stop there and we can continue to explore Camp Righteous next time on our show. That's it for us, everybody. Thank you for coming. And this group never fails to entertain me. Thank you for being awesome, everybody. Good stuff.
Your bird RP is my favorite thing that's ever happened. So
I feel like when I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons and I'm given the opportunity to RP a silly animal, I usually do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I miss that dog and that bird from
Mr. Crane and the dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great.
Yep.
yeah. Being a druid gave a lot of opportunities for a silly animal.
Flirtatious Mr. Crane.
That's right. That's right.
I currently have my own silly animal. Sorry about leaving.
That's all right. That's no problem. Let's let everybody know where they can find you in the interim. Why don't you go first, Ishi Snaggletooth?
Yes. Hello. You can find me and various other kobolds at twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter @distractedelf. I play video games and other stuff there, and also am a kobold, sort of. Not really.
Someone, I don't know if you saw this. Someone came into the show like partway through and was like, "Is Ishi role playing as a kobold?" And then someone was like, "Yeah, Elf's character Ishi is a kobold," and the person was like, "Oh, bang on impression." Like they could tell you were a kobold just by guessing. That's great.
Good.
You did a good job.
There are many kobold emotes available at my fine channel. Anyway,
Andrew.
next person.
I'm Andrew. You can follow me on Twitter @CommuniCrow or on twitch.tv/actualfactual. I'm going to be doing like a little late night RPG design stream tonight in like 3 hours or so. Working on my game Girl by Moonlight, which is a magical girl hack of Blades in the Dark.
Excellent. Thank you. Dave?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'm glad we got a chance to play again. It's been a while. If you would like to, for whatever reason, follow me on Twitter, you can. Dave_human. Yeah, looking forward to next week. Sorting out some Spoda Place. Or I assume Spoda Place.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Last but not least, Fish Tishia provides Arcturus. When you're not being Fishman, what are you up to?
When I'm not being Fishman, I'm being bird person. I'm Bluejay. You can find me at twitch.tv/Bluejay or on Twitter @Bluejay_712. I have been playing through Divinity Original Sin 2. I play the Burning Wheel game that we play on Thursdays on twitch.tv/Roll20 app. And then I'm also in a Divinity Original Sin 2 GM mode RPG on Mondays. on twitch.tv/roll4it. And tomorrow I am playing my first ever Dark Souls game. Yeah.
Excuse me. Not actually a Dark Souls game.
Okay, Dave. Get your hashtag actually out of here.
Push your glasses up.
Well, technically,
Is it made by the same people?
it is. Yes.
In the same
Yeah.
universe?
No.
No.
Different
No.
universe.
Not
We will talk all about this shit tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
So
yeah.
Blue
Okay,
Jay and
well,
I are
I
gonna be-
don't know
take that.
because
Cool.
I've never played one before.
Well, thank you, cast friends, and thank you to Roll20 for making all of this silliness possible. If you like what you saw, definitely check out Roll20.net. You can use the same virtual tabletop tools that we have been using in the show for your own home campaign. So if you're looking for maps and monsters and all the bells and whistles of Tomb of Annihilation, you can check it out, Roll20.net. I'm Adam Coble. I'm the GM here and at twitch.tv/itmejp, where I'm running another game called Court of Swords. So if you like D&D, you want to check that out, please do. The next thing up on this channel is going to be Sirens of the Realms, which is a Maze Arcana show, and that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, my dear friend Satine is on that show. So you can come on back or stick around, check that out. We will be back next week at the same time. And that is it for us for today. Thanks, D&D nerds. We will see you next time. Bye, everybody. Send your adventuring party deep into the jungles of Chult. The Roll20 module of Tomb of Annihilation includes the full contents of the original D&D book and adds immersive features like dynamic lighting on all battle maps, character sheets with one-click actions, copy and paste quick encounters, and other interactive features like puzzles and a player's map of Chult. Your next campaign can begin with just a few clicks. Get your copy today on the Roll20 Marketplace.